wish I could touch the ground. My future's covered in smoke, but my head is up in the clouds. And maybe this will all fade after one bad day, and I'll be okay. But my life is in the worst place, and I can't wait for heartbreak from my mistakes. I don't wanna burn these bridges anymore. It's easy to say things you don't mean when you're at war. I'm just too tired to fight, but there's an end in sight. Wave the white flag, I'm yours tonight. 'Cause my heart can't take these heights. I need your love with me for life. I need your love, I need your love with me for life. Sorry it ended this way. Sorry, I need your love with me for life. I'm sorry it ended this way. I know I made wrong mistakes. I need your love with me for life. Yeah, some people like me are just destined to fuck up everything that we mess with. If I was made as a joke, I don't get it. Missed the call, but I guess I got the message. Usually I fall too hard, I'm addicted to pain. And if the world's on fire, I'll be swimming in flames, yeah. 'Cause I'm too impatient to wait for change. I know I'm far from perfect, oh yeah. But I know I can make it work. I know I can make it work. I'm crazy, everybody knows my name, but I don't even know my name. Going insane, putting heavy on my brain, and I don't even know my name. It's a story about a ID crisis. Used to think my only future was the night shift. Brain on ADHD, autopilot. And through it all somehow I kept smiling. I can never find the right words to say. Only a handful of family ever sees my face. But I'm only human, don't we all make mistakes? I'm drowning in my head again, and my thoughts don't want me to win. They show compassion made of plastic, and I don't wanna be another tragedy. But I'd rather be dead than a skeleton dreaming about the things that he couldn't be. 'Cause I'm too impatient to wait for dreams. I know I'm far from
Hello. Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy, what day is it? I don't even know. Is it Monday? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Who do we got here? We got, we got, who do we got? Let me see here. We got Matt Saigai. Hello, Matt Saigai. Matt Saigai, first one in. Hello, Matt Saigai. Glad to see you here. Who else we got? We got In Your Groove. Hello, In Your Groove. Hope you're doing well in your groove. Hope your Christmas party went well that you went to. Okay. Uh, Let's see here. Who else do we got here? Victoria. Hello, Victoria, also known as Toya Toya Toya. For those who don't know who Victoria is, hello, Victoria. Okay. Hello, Hiyori. Hello, Hiyori. Welcome back, Hiyori. We got SoCal. Hello, SoCal. Hello, Sir Bartholomew is here. Hello, Sir Bartholomew. We got Tarbin. Tarbin, hello, Tarbin. How you doing, Tarbin? Rockris, will you revolt your jester live on stream? I would love that, Rockris. I would welcome Rockris to the stream here. JMac, hello, JMac. I was not muted, JMac. You're full of BS. Okay, you must have had me muted. All right, hello, Alyssa. Hello, Alyssa. Meowzord. Is that a FIFA prize on the end of your? I guess it does. It kind of looks like one, doesn't it? It kind of looks like a mess, except there aren't like you know creepy hands pulling up on it. Though, wait a minute, was that? I don't remember, but okay, never mind. But yes, no, it is not. It is just my scepter. I do. I got the toy, SoCal. I absolutely do. Um, turning that song. Hey, hello, Hiyori. Hi, and thanks for turning. You didn't like it, Hiyori? That's fair. Okay, Matt Saigai already said hello, Jonas. Hello, Jonas. All right, oh God, Alyssa, you still have a cracked tooth. Can't do anything till Friday. What is wrong with these people? Why won't they just let you? That's like an emergency thing. A cracked tooth is pretty severe. Okay, that's pretty bad. Hello, Inga. Inga, hello. All right. All right, you guys. So we have some interesting things to talk about today. First of all, first of all, if we get one super chat, I'll put on the jester hat. If we get three, jester collar. If we get to five, what did I say I'd do if we got to five? I said we'd do something. I can't remember off the top of my head. No, oh yes, if we get to five, we'll play a game. If we get to seven, I will put on the makeup. If we get to 10, I will stream for an extra half an hour. Okay. Does that sound good? All right. So there's our current setup. JMac, how much for you to sing We Are Charlie Kirk song? JMac, I would do it for you for free. Okay, actually, no. How about this? $50, JMac. Give me $50 and I'll sing the We Are Charlie Kirk song. And I will laugh my ass off while doing it, of course. And I'll be very disrespectful about it. Thank you, Malzord. Malzord, saving the day. We shall put on the jester hat. Put on the jester hat immediately. All right. Oh my God, I hate that, Alyssa. Okay. You want to hear a horror story, folks? Hello, Dolly Boy. If you want to hear a teeth horror story, you all know I have tons of issues with my teeth. It runs in my family. But I've had two root canals in my life. One of the root canals, uh, they didn't do it very well because they just didn't do it very well. So they actually missed part of the nerve. They put a cap on it and my tooth was still in a ton of pain even after having a cap on it. And the cap is like, $500. So then they had to then remove the cap, take out one of the nerves. I had to have a different doctor do it because the other one messed it up. Okay, what the point is that teeth suck. Teeth are awful. And what the reason I'm telling you this is because now I have another tooth that has a cap on it that's been hurting me. And I don't know what the hell is what my luck is here that I have another tooth that had a root canal that has a cap on it that I can't whenever anything cold is on it, it is like the most painful thing in the world. I'm just very unlucky. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, I agree, Hiyori, but that is not really how it works apparently. I don't know, but because all right. Because they are not able to do to redo it because that's not their expertise, if that makes sense. You have to have a specialist redo it because it's a different operation. Anyway, it's a mess. Okay. I know, Jonas, right? Ugh, God. Okay. Anyway, so I'll shut up. But Alyssa, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Teeth suck. They really do. Okay. All right, you guys. So we got one super chat. If we get two more, I'll put on the caller. Now, we have a few things to talk about. First of all, did you all hear the news? Trump announced, perhaps accidentally because he's incompetent, that the United States had bombed, I'll put it up on the screen here, or had destroyed a facility in Venezuela. And, okay, now allow me to, hello, Plant Sunshine. This is now here's the thing though. This is funny to me. You know why it's funny to me? Because I suspect this was supposed to be classified and Trump just blurted it out. And I'll explain what I mean. Okay. I'll explain what I mean by that. You listen, I also grind my teeth. I also grind my teeth. Yeah, apparently, Jonas, right? Bullshit. So here's the deal. Trump was, let's see, what was he doing? I forget what he was doing. Yeah, he was on a interview, and he said that the United States had knocked out a big facility. Yeah, oh, absolutely, Rock Chris. Big shout out to you, Rock Chris. I hope you know that Americans have no issue with you, Rockris. It's our government which is evil and fascist and imperialist. And Iris, we love Venezuelans here. We believe in your sovereignty, and I'm sorry that our government does not. All right, okay. Hello, Rockris. So our government is a bunch of monsters. Okay, so in the United States generally has been kind of mean to South America. If you didn't know, Rockris hasn't been that great. Okay, hasn't been that great. Our apologies. Okay. So apparently Trump said in a radio interview that the United States had knocked out a big facility last week as part of his administration's ongoing pressure campaign to topple Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Okay. Now, here is the funny thing about this. I mean, obviously not that funny, but what's funny about it is we all know how incompetent Trump can be, right? So it is unclear. He said that America struck a facility, all right, and uh, he did not provide details about it. And then the journalists then spoke to top officials in the Pentagon who basically said that that announcement was misleading. All right, they didn't say it was wrong; they said it was misleading, and the official didn't provide further clarification. And then so then they asked the CIA, and the CIA didn't answer. And then we have to remember that Trump had already publicly acknowledged that he had authorized CIA operations inside Venezuela. So this is what I suspect happened. This is my guess. My guess is that the United States, in an act of international crime, used the CIA to blow up a facility in Venezuela. Trump heard about this and then, in his small little brain, got it confused with an airstrike, forgot that it was a classified CIA operation, said out loud, "We destroyed this facility," even though the military hadn't done it. It was the CIA, and just stated it publicly. And regardless of how it was done, whether it was the CIA or a strike from an airplane or a missile or a drone or whatever it may be, whatever it was, it's a war crime. I mean, it's a crime. It's an act of aggression against a sovereign country, and of course, this doesn't do anything to simmer down the tensions that the United States is causing. Right, right. So, but anyway, so just my little, yeah, exactly, Dolly Boy. I suspect now. This obviously, guys, this is just my theory. I suspect this was a CIA operation because if you think about it, it would also make sense from their point of view to do a CIA operation so that it doesn't cause a, it doesn't they can at least deny it, right? Or they don't have to say it was an airstrike, and then there's no threat of a plane getting shot down or something. So then maybe it was a CIA operation that he was like, "We took out this facility," and the CIA is like, "God damn it! All right." Yeah, it's totally their bread and butter, right? So that would be my theory, if in fact there was even one struck, because no one has verified it. But as I said, the military didn't not verify it. Now, I have not checked Venezuelan news to see if there were any reports of this happening, but okay. So, great, great. Another act of aggression against our neighbors to the south. Isn't that fun? Don't we love this country? Don't we love this president? This, by the way, apparently happened. He said it was like a facility for, I don't know, making fentanyl or some crap. All right. Some nonsense like that. Yeah, don't you love the Monroe Doctrine for us, Dolly Boy? I love that for us. I love it for us. It's so beneficial for the working class Americans. So beneficial for the average American that we spend all of our tax dollars destroying other countries. Yeah. Oh, I know SoCal. I agree, SoCal. He is moronic enough to confess to have unaliving Abraham Lincoln. Okay. All right. So that's just my theory there. that and apparently this happened on Christmas Eve, I believe it was, or Christmas Day. I believe it was Christmas Eve, which I think is funny. I'm pretty sure. Um, okay, Rock Chris, would you explain to me? Uh, well, that is an interesting perspective, Rock Chris. I'm suspect we'll disagree. Rock Chris, you said casual. You may know that even though I believe killing people is bad. Violating country sovereignty is also bad. I see whatever Trump is doing is necessary. Would you please explain your perspective, Rockris? I am curious to hear it. Oh, I'm sorry, Weird Amorphous Blob, to hear that. Do you actually live in Venezuela, Rockris, or are you a Venezuelan? Did you migrate out of Venezuela? Just let me know that as well. Jonas, would impeachment even be possible? No. Jonas, let's put it this way. The other Americans in here can give me their opinion. I don't think Trump will ever be impeached. They already tried to impeach him or he'll never be removed from office. They could impeach him. He was impeached what, 2 or 3 times to the first administration, but they'll never win. They'll never they'll never kick him out. And I suspect with Republicans being in power, they'll never even do an impeachment. So okay, which is a crappy part of our political system. Thank you, Plant Sunshine, so much for the $2 donation. Okay, so that is good. That is interesting. Um, isn't that great for all of us? Okay. So, did you to be honest, if you consider the okay, there's no evidence for necessarily in terms of drug trade. American backed coups don't result in freedom. Yeah, no, I know, Weird Amorphous Blob. I agree with that. Uh, yeah, Rock Chris, I understand that. I heavily dislike Trump, but Venezuelan situation is a dictatorship that we've been on for 20 plus years. Rock Chris, again, would you let me know? Do you live there, in Venezuela, Rock Chris? It's okay if you don't, or maybe you don't want to tell me. That's fine. This is complicated, Rock Chris. I acknowledge that the regime of, the whole regime, okay, has been rather oppressive towards the civilian population. Uh, this is complicated, but I don't think the United States using violence to overthrow a regime is ever going to be good. It way rock like I who's gonna say who comes into power afterwards? Okay, Rock Chris. And I know things have not been good economically, especially underneath these regimes, and there's been suppression of freedom of speech and things like that. My issue, Rock Chris, with the United States is that we get involved where it suits us to get involved. For example, Saudi Arabia, not exactly a non oppressive regime, and yet we're not going to invade them, and we're very close friends with them because we have aligned interests. The reason we don't like the Venezuelan leadership is because your country has a ton of has oil and tons of rare earth minerals that our government wants. That's basically the reason we're interested in it. And so we come up with reasons for doing regime change and things like that, but we do not have your best interests in mind. And most of the time, when the United States overthrows a foreign government, it installs a dictatorship, a right wing dictatorship instead that is very illiberal. So I do not trust that the United States, if they act to remove the regime of your country, will do what's best for you. But Rock Chris, obviously, my opinion is not the law. Okay. I am not I don't have a monopoly on truth in this regard. But that's my personal opinion as someone who doesn't live there. But yeah, um, but that is fair, Rock Chris. I understand what you're saying. Okay. So, uh, yeah, and you're right. We have sanctioned and harassed the Venezuelan government for decades, which has made it really difficult for them to develop economically. A lot of the struggles of Venezuela are due to international pressure and the pressure of the United States and things like that. Meow Zord, my biggest issue with necessary action is a leader should be able to communicate effectively. Trump makes no sense, so I never know what he's saying. Exactly, Meow. So that is true. Okay, so Cal, it is never necessary to violate another country's sovereignty. If a reason can be concocted for the U.S. to do it to another country can do so for violent. Yep, I agree. Didn't he say something a month or so ago that drugs killed? Yeah, insane. He did, Louise. He basically said that drugs had killed 300 million Americans, which is like almost the entire population. Hilarious. Okay. Big Braden, likely they will hand it over to whoever we give them oil. Yes, Dolly Boy, it's ever going to do is take. Yeah, that's my fear, guys. That's my fear. But again, Okay. Yeah, you're right, Weird Mars. We've tried to overthrow Venezuela's government multiple times. We keep getting involved in Venezuela over and over and over again. Okay. And I suspect that um, they would have much more economic success over there if we allowed them to grow economically and stopped repressing them and sanctioning them and things like that. Does that mean that they have a perfect government right now that is not corrupt and is not somewhat authoritarian? No, not at all. It is definitely authoritarian and corrupt. That does not mean, though, that you know what I mean. Okay, here we go. Rock Chris, political opposition supports American invasion, but it's only because there was no other world organization doing anything about it, which, if it has come to the point where only the US cares, it's sad. I understand, Rock Chris. But again, Rock Chris, I would say the United States doesn't care about Venezuela. We care about the resources you have. We want those. But I get that though. I understand the desperation, Rock Chris, especially if you're, you know, if you're living in that situation and you feel oppressed, et cetera. Okay. Um, all right. Yeah, I agree. Nope, I agree with Love. If we were to stop trying to manufacture coups and cut off the various CIA and ties and things like that, that would be very helpful. That would definitely help the people of Venezuela, you know, regain some economic security and things like that, lower the repression. Okay. Anyway, so that is what's happening over there in Venezuela. And Rock Chris, again, please, Rock Chris, you know, I deeply respect you for talking with us. But I know I keep saying this. Please don't hate us Americans. I don't blame you if you do, but just know our government is not the same as us. That's like a pet peeve of mine. I like hate, I'm so humiliated by our government all the time. All right. Okay. So, okay, Jonas, I thought Texas oil companies didn't want to work with Venezuela. Trump, uh, yeah, yep, yep. I think so, Jonas. I'm not quite sure. That sounds about right there. Hello, Outer Signal. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. So, all right, you guys. Now, so that's just the first story I wanted to talk about a little bit was the fact that there was a bombing in Venezuela. Dolly boy, I hate you, Dolly boy. Okay, Dolly boy saying, "Nah, CR, you always fall for the CIA psyops and defend the U.S." I hate you, Dolly boy. Okay, all right. So, all right, you guys. So that's the story coming out of Venezuela. We also have some other news here. I do have a presentation for you, but I wanted to talk about some of the news items real fast. In other international news, we are seeing some progress made in the Ukrainian peace. Okay, there is a uh, all right. So Zelensky had a phone conversation with Trump. And Zelensky and Trump have agreed to a framework whereby the United States will guarantee the Ukrainian sovereignty for I think like 50 years. Now, this is an excellent compromise in my opinion. Okay, Ukraine would not be joining NATO, but we would guarantee their sovereignty so that at least they would be willing to sign a peace agreement. If they're not getting into NATO, it would also make them feel safer against Russia. I think it's a fair piece. I think it's a fair deal. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a fairly fair deal, and I think it will keep people happy. Now, I don't think Russia will do anything that will like that, but it isn't. But I think that is a good compromise if there is to be one. Now they just need to work out the rest of the peace deal. But that is a pretty good compromise, I believe. So that will hopefully maybe that'll help us move towards the end of that war. If if the Russians agree to that part of it, I don't think they will, but it is a good it really isn't in your groove, but that's why I'm kind of like yeah, I okay. Yeah, exactly, Rockris. Thank you for saying so, Rockris. And that's not to say there are not a lot of us that are horrible people, Rockris. There are, but thank you. That makes me feel better, Rockris. Okay. Uh, it really isn't that different in your group from Article 5, but that's kind of why, but it doesn't expand NATO and it's only for 50 years. So it is sort of a difference in name only, but hey, that's a good compromise if it's like anyway, it's complicated in your I mean it's not complicated, but I see what you mean in your groove. But we'll see if it works. Yeah, I agree, TJ, and I think that is part of the deal too. Is that well, I'm not quite sure. I have to look into it. Some agreement that Russia won't violate Ukraine's sovereignty. is pointless since it already. Yeah, no, I know, but if it's backed by the United States, maybe. Um, okay, what if it was suggested by Russia to Trump? That Louise, you got guys, I hate all of you. You are bringing me down, okay? I'm trying to be positive and you're all pointing out factual things that make me doubt what I'm saying, okay? How dare you? How dare you make me start doubting myself and having some positivity about this deal? You're right. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's basically like Article 5. Okay, fine. Maybe Putin suggested it. I don't know. But okay. Regardless, it is still progress of a sort, hopefully, okay? Yeah, I agree, it's not a terrible deal. Um, okay, okay. So we'll see. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm overly optimistic or I'm just overly hopeful. Okay. Yeah, I don't think but that's the thing though, guys. I also Groove is right. I don't see Russia going for that. Russia is in a very good position right now. They are. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely, word amorphous blob. Russia is in a positive. Yeah, you're right, Dolly Boy. He was on the phone with Putin. Russia is in a very positive negotiating position. Okay, they are because they are the ones who are making gains on the battlefield now with tremendous loss. But okay, yeah. So we'll see, folks. We'll see how it goes. I agree, Hiyori. So we'll see how it goes. All right, but at least they're making progress. Ukraine has even agreed to give up some territory, which I feel bad that they have to. But all right. Yeah, thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Victoria. You're my favorite because Victoria is supporting me. I support Victoria. Thank you, Kay. Yes, they did. Yep, absolutely. In your groove, empty promises, empty promises, empty promises. It would mean stopping the war, Hiyori, in theory, but Russia might continue it anyway because Putin is just that way. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so there's another piece of news there. Interesting that that deal might be going through. Let me just quickly look it up again to it is JMac. It is. And but that's my JMac, I am very upset that they have to give up land, but at some point, s- I don't think they can retake the territory. I'm trying to see here if I missed any details about it. Russia says, mm, 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 mm. By the way, just a side note here, while Trump was meeting with Zelensky, Russia bombarded the hell out of Kiev. Okay, Kiev bombed the hell out of it in a negotiating tactic, which was pretty horrific. Okay. Weirdly enough, only killed 2 people, I think, but yeah, yeah, it's okay. We have the modern day Neville Chamberlain. I know, Dolly Boy, I know. Uh, yeah. But Meowzord, I can't stand you, Meowzord. But Russia is scared of NATO, so it's justified. Yeah, uh-huh, right. Um, okay. All right. So why is the ad space huge? I don't know. Did you see that? It was crazy. Uh, okay. So anyway, you guys, but just something to think about. I'm trying to see. There's not as many details on here as I would have liked about it. Regardless, so hopefully, I'm just desperate. I just want poor Ukraine to. Oh well, who knows? Okay, so let's go on, shall we? Let us go on. Let's go on. Yeah, and you know what's funny? So, guys, here's the thing. I sound like an asshole when I say this. You know how Putin says that the United States agreed that NATO wouldn't go beyond a certain line. Now, I don't like lying, but we also don't know we it was if it happened, it was an oral agreement. There was nothing ever written down to that regard. And I don't know what kind of competent diplomat would agree to something orally without getting it in writing and then expect that's not to if the United States did promise that, which we're not sure that they did. We like historians can't figure it out. Like oh, well, where is it written down? Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, if we did lie, then that's horrific. Anyway, but yeah, okay. So, guys, let's look over here. So, real fast, yes. So, on our Discord. Anyway, by the way, for folks who just got in here, we've now have had 2 super chats. If we get one more, yeah, in your groove, exactly. Okay, if we get one more, if we get one more super chat, we will put on the jester collar. And that includes if you're over on Twitch. If you're over on Twitch, if you send 200 bits, it'll count. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Name one scenario where someone builds a machine and then stops using it once they accomplish the initial goal. I can't, Meowzord. I cannot, especially when it's so expensive. There's a sunk cost fallacy there too, where if you they've already spent a ton of money mobilizing. There's a lot of yeah, that's true. But we do need peace eventually, right? This is complicated. Anyway, but okay. So on our Discord, we're changing subjects real fast here. We can talk a little bit more about this in a bit. Changing subjects out there. So Meowsword, by the way, I suspect you're gonna be found falling out of a window or getting poisoned while drinking tea after saying that. I doubt Putin would appreciate that statement. Anyway, so this is on Discord. We have a great member of our community named Big Braden. Big Braden posted something about an argument he got into someone online yesterday. So, and this kind of inspired me. I don't know if I've talked about this before. Maybe I have about the political spectrum. I know I did something, I briefly talked about it at one point, but I just want to make something clear because a lot of people get confused about the meaning of the political spectrum. I will remind you, Big Braden, I'm trying to traumatize you. Okay. So, all right. The political spectrum, when I use words like left, right, okay, left wing, right wing, what the hell does any of that mean? Here's the answer. Not much. Okay. Well, kind of. All right. It is not a definitive guide to anything. It is a tool that can be used to sort of understand ideologies. It left means weird amorphous blob. That was good. Left means Nancy Pelosi. Oh, weird amorphous blob. Wait till I show you what's below this. Okay. So political scientists use it as just a way of sort of figuring out where people lie politically and comparing them to each other and things like that. Okay. So this is the traditional way that this looks. Now then, yeah, it looks like this. It's a left to right line, as you can see here on the page. Now, there are different ways of looking at a political spectrum. This is the most simple way, and it is also none of these are perfect, and you're going to see why. So, okay, so on a political spectrum, the further right you are, technically, right? This is all theoretically and generally. The further right you are, the more you believe in hierarchy. What is hierarchy? The idea that there are people below to obey and people above to give orders. All right. There are certain people that are valuable and other people that are less valuable. Okay. Or at least have more power and others that have less power. Okay. Right wing, the farther right you are, the more hierarchy there is. Okay. Inequality. The farther right you go, the more inequality and the more less of a belief in the equality of people you start to see. To the point where, if you're in a genocidal fascist society, some people are considered so unequal they're not even viewed as human anymore, and that would be the example of the Nazis. Okay, I feel like it's disrespect for me to have my jester thing right here while I'm talking about this. So I'm going to put it down. Okay, so hierarchy, the further right you go, the more hierarchy, the more hierarchical, the more unequal, more inequality you see between people. That's why a lot of times if you go far right, you start seeing a lot of racialization and like dividing people by race and saying certain races are better than others or certain genders are better than others, things like that. And lastly, here is authoritarianism. Okay. So you get more hierarchy, more inequality, and more authoritarianism. Authoritarianism being where a person or small group of people have the power to make all the decisions without consulting the people of the country. They are the dominant power decision makers that's very top down. Okay. All right. So that is right wing on the political spectrum. Now, you're going to see here that this is flawed. I'm sure all of you are already thinking of situations where there are agreed, J-Mac. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Uh, uh, yeah, yes, he did. He did weird amorphous blob. Okay, and I'm kind of using it as an abstraction here, weird amorphous blob, but that's what I'm trying to be specific, like inequality, as in they view some people as less than others, right? Okay, so you can already see some issues here, I'm sure. right? Because you could have theoretically a regime that is left wing that has a dictatorial tendency. All right, moving on. Okay. Oh, JMac. Okay, I'll quickly look up at it. Let's see here. Ah, exactly, JMac. Okay, okay. That's funny. Okay. Left wing. The further left you go on the political spectrum, you get a society that is more egalitarian, meaning it has a horizontal power structure rather than a vertical power structure. There is not as much of a hierarchy. All right. It is, in theory, there isn't as much of a hierarchy. You have more, it's more like people make decisions in groups and there's less hierarchy. Okay. You don't necessarily have, that's why anarchism is on that side of the political spectrum. Communism, which in theory is lacks a government, okay, in its final form, lacks a government. Okay, egalitarianism, you share things, everything, there's not as much of a hierarchy. All right, you have more equality. Now, does that mean that everyone is equal? No, it means that human beings generally are viewed as valuable overall. You don't really they're like under the law people are equal, okay? It doesn't mean that people are fundamentally the same. It's not like everyone has the same views on everything or the same abilities. It's just that people are treated equally under the law. Okay. Yeah, Meowsman, right? What's wrong with hierarchy? Those who work harder know that. No, Matt Saigai, you're full of shit, Matt Saigai. Okay. Last part of going farther left is collectivism slash anarchism. I mix these two together because it's kind of a dualist sort of thing. So instead of having an authoritarian form of government, you have decisions are made collectively. Okay, people decide together. It's more democratic. All right, people decide stuff together. There isn't leadership is essentially from the bottom up. Okay, not the top down. Like if you go to the far right. Does that make sense? I mix it with anarchism because anarchism is a bit different, but generally speaking, anarchism is more about cooperation. And it does not mean like no government, it can mean no government, but like no people work together to do things rather than relying on an authority figure. Okay. Yeah, Big Braden. That's complicated. Yes, in Catalonia there was an anarchist government. We could debate that sometime. It was very interesting. It actually worked pretty well until it was destroyed. But anyway, so okay. Now then, that brings us to the issue that Braden has. So that is generally the idea of the political spectrum. The farther right you are, the more you believe in hierarchy, inequality, and authoritarianism. The farther left you are, the more you believe in egalitarianism, equality, and collectivism. Okay. Now you can see how they're opposites. So this I took this image from a textbook that was from one of my classes that I used to teach. And this is why this sort of thing is really annoying to me because people do not understand what the hell the political spectrum is. This was in a government textbook, and this is the crap that they were. Okay, do you see what I mean? This is the okay. This is what I was supposed to teach my students. Look at what it shows here. This textbook's definition of the political spectrum. Do you see this? Oh, goddamn! All right, the extreme right wing. Okay, you have dictatorship, right? And then over here it says extreme left-wing dictatorship. And then as it says right here that the Democrats are left of center on the political spectrum, and it says that the Republicans are right of center. I mean, this is hilarious to me. Okay. Democrats are not left of center, folks. Okay. I think you all know this. I mean, there might be a few that are, but like the party as a whole are right wing. They are right of center. Okay, I know. Yeah, the inch more left. Exactly, weird amorphous blob. Okay, you see what I mean? Exactly in your groove. No sense of an Overton window here. This is an American centric analysis that is also anti left wing and deeply disunderstands. Um, yeah, SoCal. Maybe it did. Yeah. Okay. There was another guy online who was trying to tell me that Democrats are left wing because they are self. And oh, SoCal, this actually isn't the exact one from the textbook. I've had to, because I couldn't copy it from the textbook. I found a one online that was almost exactly the same. So this one might use slightly different wording. Okay. Uh, there was another guy online who was trying to tell me the Democrats are left wing because they self-identify as them, and I'm like, but Nazis said they were social. Exactly, but that's because Nazis were left wing, Big Braden. You know I'm screwing with you, okay? So people mess this up, and look here at the bottom. They correctly say that fascism is on the far right, but then they claim that communism is the far left and it's a dictatorship. And what did I just tell you about communism? In theory, communism is there is no government. Okay, so anyway, this can people can be get very confused about this, and their own biases can ignore this stuff. All right, so this brings me to what Big Braden was talking about. Okay, Big Braden got into an argument yesterday whereby Big Braden said capitalism is more of a right wing system and socialism is more of a left wing system. Okay, and the guy he was arguing with, in an act of brilliance, okay. You know what, Meowser? That's very possible. That's very possible, Meowser. That's really clever. Yeah, right wing is thought, logic wing, and you can recess back. Yep. Oh, you know what, Meowser? I agree with you. I do that. I think like right wing is oftentimes an unleashing of the passions, if that makes sense. The primal passions. Okay. So, all right. Is capitalism left wing or right wing? Now, the guy that Big Braden was arguing with said that capitalism is economic system, therefore it can't be left or right wing. That's not exactly what he said, but it sounded like that. Capitalism is economic. It can't be left or right wing. If that's the case, that means that you can have a far left capitalist society. And so, okay, for us to decide, uh, yeah, right, okay, we're North Blob. So for us to decide whether you're right, I guess that means you can have a far right socialist society, right? We're North Blob. So for us to decide whether capitalist is left wing or right wing, do you want me to give away mobile phones, clothes, and housing by moving into a left wing government? Matt Saiga, you're crazy. Okay. All right. Ugh. Okay. So let's first let me tell you what capitalism is, and I want all of you to decide. Is capitalism more right wing? So does it promote more hierarchy, inequality, and authoritarianism, or is it more egalitarianism, equality, and collectivism? Okay. If we just look at the economic system, just as an economic system, okay, just as an economic system. So this is capitalism. One, private ownership of the means of production. What does that mean? You do not own your workplace. You do not own the materials you need to do your work. You do not own what you produce from your work. When you go to work, you don't own that building. You don't own the materials that you're using to make stuff or to work. You don't own what you produce. It goes to someone else. It goes to the owner. Private ownership of the means of production. Next, extraction of surplus value by the owning class for the purpose of capital accumulation. What does that mean? All right. You are not paid as much as the value of what you're doing. Okay. You are not paid as much as you should be paid because the business owner, the owner of that business, needs to make a profit. So they will pay you less than the value of your labor so that they can extract that value from you and give it to themselves. Right? That sounds super left wing, doesn't it? Okay, moving on. Wage based labor. You are allocated wages for your work. Okay, we could debate that one, I guess. You're allocated wages when you get paid. It's not like slavery. It's not like you're not being paid, but okay. I mean, I guess we could say, you're allocated wages. I suppose that could be socialist. If okay, but regardless, that's only one of the things that's part of capitalism. Okay. Lastly, market-based commodities. Things are bought and sold for profit on the market according to supply and demand. Now, we could debate whether that's part of capitalism. It almost always has been, though. So they're bought and sold for profit, not need. They're bought and sold for the wealth of private individuals to accumulate wealth by buying and selling. Okay. Now then, If we just look at economics, what does that sound like? Does that sound like an egalitarian society that has equality for everyone and is collectivist? Okay, no, it is not. That is a right wing way of thinking. Okay, that is a right wing way of thinking. I know that this is like, um, okay, yeah, I get right, weird Morris Bob. This is where it gets confusing. You'll see what I mean, weird Morris Bob. So this is like, okay, so yes, economic systems can have a basis on this on the axis in terms of being more right wing or left wing. Now then, this is still problematic because this does not talk about political systems, right? It is very possible to have a like a socialist or communist society that is run by a dictator, right? As long as that dictator is ensuring that everyone, I mean, kind of, it can be, all right, kind of. That can be authoritarian or something like that. Or I should say, you have like a society that believes in economic left wing stuff that is sort of authoritarian. You can also have a right wing society that does not believe in sort of a overly authoritarian government. You see what I mean? Because you have economic right wingness, but not political right wingness. Does that make sense? Okay. So what I mean by that, this is confusing. Yes, correct, bruh moment, right. Well, I would say they're all kind of political, bruh moment, but I see what you mean. But if we were to separate the two things, you can most. I mean, these are all integrated together, right? Capitalism and democracy, kind of. Well, okay, I'll go back to this. So this is sort of a better way of doing it to have a political spectrum that goes four directions, where you have economics on one axis going left to right, and then you have politics going up and down. Okay, so like, but this I still isn't great because theoretically that would mean that Hitler would be sort of a centrist. I mean, or not a centrist, but a little bit right of center, not far right, because Hitler was very high to the top authoritarian wise, but not horribly far to the right economically. He was far to the right, but not like because they had universal health care and shit. So you see what I mean? Stalin, of course, would probably be upper left, very upper left corner, so authoritarian and economic left. It also means you get people like libertarians who are right wing economically, but don't want that powerful of a government. So they just want a bunch of capitalist dictatorships. So this is not perfect. Yeah, exactly, Big Braden. So this is not perfect. And if I were to, I am not a Hitler sympathizer. Um, okay, yeah, exactly, bruh moment. But like, this is why it's complicated, right? Um, yeah, right, weird amorphous blob. This is complicated, weird amorphous blob. This is my point, is that this is not the best way of doing it. If I were to say where I lied on the spectrum, it would definitely be in the lower left quadrant somewhere, probably close. I don't know, probably a little bit above a little bit below the line, like a little bit below the left economic left line in the green area, which is libertarian left. So like, no, not government oppression, but also economic left wingism. But again, this so uh exactly. No, yeah, yeah. Okay. You see what I mean? My point here is that this is not a necessarily a good way of doing things, either of these. Either the two-way or the left or right axis. Not a good way of doing. They're not It's not perfect. I actually prefer just the normal left to right one because it's sort of a model. You can kind of be like, well, generally this idea is more right wing or more left wing. This one, I guess, could get you closer to a more holistic understanding, but it's not. But I would think we could all agree that capitalism, at least, is on the right side of the political spectrum, no, regardless of which of these you look at. Right? Regardless of which of these you look at, it's kind of the right side of the political spectrum. So, anyway, do we get it? Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Doug. I suspect you are. You're far libertarian left. I got you. Okay. Uh, okay. From right, Matt. Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that because Big Braden was totally right about his analysis. Uh, I know, me too, Sir Bartholomew. I would definitely be chaotic good, in my opinion. I think I'd be chaotic good if I were if we were doing a D and D system. Okay, I that's what I like to hope. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Meowsword. It is. It's about accumulation and dominance, and yeah, I agree, Meowsword. It's all about right wing sort of. It's these base needs and stuff like that. Okay, so when folks, I'm saying things like left wing and right wing, I'm kind of trying to help you out with the language because people mean different things. But now you know what I mean. I generally mean this spectrum right here. Okay. All right. So and okay, this is very complicated. All right. So okay. All right, you guys. So ooh, okay, weird amorphous blob. The entire definition. Oh, you know what? SoCal. I'll click on that. Oh, you've been showed this model? Oh, yes, I've heard of this model too. Thank you, SoCal. So SoCal sent me this is another model you could look at. Collectivism, individualism. I'm trying to get a okay, so totalitarianism, libertarianism. Interesting. So, okay, so this is like a 3D model. I see. Collectivism, individualist, oh, I like this. I like this. But of course, this is the problem with this, of course, is that it's not simplistic enough. It'd be hard to sort of just use it in language, be like, oh, I am libertarian, progressive, individualist. This is interesting though. Um, yeah, I'd say weird amorphous blob. I would better frame that as authoritarianism, perhaps, or like top down. I'm not sure. This is very interesting. Yeah, I believe it, big brain. I believe it. I believe it. Okay. So anyway, there are different ways of doing this, but when I'm talking about it, it is I typically mean just the regular left right, okay? And none of these are perfect, okay? All right. So, okay. There we go, folks. That's just one of my little talk here. I wanted to talk to you all about the left right political spectrum, get you a good idea for it, all right? And but see, this is where it gets confusing, folks. There will be people who say that Stalin was right wing, and I don't buy it. Okay, it's complicated, right? There's also a lot of times people on the left don't want to, they don't like the idea of if they don't like Stalin, they don't they think that they need to hide the fact that he was a left-wing socialist because otherwise it makes them look bad. I disagree. I think the politics can be separate from or is sort of a separate way of doing things from the economy. So you can have a left-wing economic system, but sort of a more authoritarian political system. It's complicated, okay? And that doesn't mean I like it though, just because he's left wing in terms of the. Okay, you see what I mean? All right. Um, but some people would disagree with me and say that he was fascist, which I disagree with. Jonas. All right. Okay, you guys. So let's. That's it. I just wanted to quickly remind you all of that left wing versus right wing. There have also been studies, by the way. Oh, I'll talk about that a different day. I'll talk about that a different day, so I don't too much. I agree with you. He counts as left wing. I don't know how much. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Fox Emblem. He was socially right wing. You're right. Well, yes, he was. But again, if we look at that, see, that depends on the political spectrum. If we're looking at this one, the one that goes like this, he was authoritarian socially. So that puts him up here. But does that put him over to the right enough that he's right wing? I don't know. Again, none of this is like scientific. This is all very much sort of just tools for analysis. But I think we all could agree, though, that capitalism is right wing. Okay. Anyway. All right. So some other things. There were some cute videos. Meowzord having a great day, showing putting up some very good videos for us to look at in the chat in Discord. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Weird amorphous blob. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's kind of oversimplifying very complicated people. Okay, but all right. All right. So let us go. What I'm going to do here is boop a doop boop boo ba doop a doop boop boo. Shit. How do I? What did I just do wrong? I just did something wrong. Oh, there we go. Yes. So what I would like to do, folks, is that there is a. Yeah, no, I agree, Big Braden. I agree. Stalin was sort of a functionalist, like he did what he needed for power and things like that. This is complicated, but yeah, he wasn't genuine. I admit. I shouldn't really be talking about Stalin. He's a complicated figure. I'm not a fan of Stalin. You all know that. I'm just trying to. I was using him as an example of someone who's like debated. Uh, yeah. Okay. All right. So real fast here, folks. Malzord posted something in the Discord that I really wanted to. I didn't know about actually. And I've heard people talking about this. I think Macy mentioned it a few days ago also about these flock cameras. And I'd not heard of these things. I had no idea what these things were. And then
A few weeks ago, using
Malzord sent this and I looked it up. I haven't watched this, but I looked up what flock cameras are and now I'm horrified. So, okay. All right. So, all right, you guys. This is what we're going to do. Uh, we're going to talk about. Oh, this is okay. This guy did a video about these flock cameras that are appearing everywhere. By the way, folks, if we get one more super chat, I will put on the jester collar. Okay. Yeah, I'll explain here in a second, SoCal. Just Sir Bartholomew, I just smoked. Just smoked, and this has me thinking. When democracy became widespread, how the fuck did the church explain that? Excuse me. Like before, it was just monarchs supposedly appointed by rule by guard. Did God just become woke? Sir Bartholomew, that's very complicated. That a lot of it has to do with the Protestant Reformation, and in some places they started integrating the belief into the democracy. So they might say, well, the reason the people chose this person is because God wanted that person to be chosen. In other places, they said, nope, government is a human invention and God does not intervene. So it depends on where you were. You see what I mean? There you go. Weird Murphy's Law got that. Okay. So yeah, that's one, in my opinion, and we can disagree on this. One of the flaws with religion is that it seems that God changes his mind every once in a while, and suddenly views change. The common views about what God thinks changes, and it's like, oh, I guess did God just become woke suddenly, or did God suddenly change his mind? Anyway, so okay, let's go on to this. So flock cameras, you know what? I think you'll explain it. Let's watch this and let's talk about it. Speaking of left, right. Okay, let's watch this.
a commercial search engine, I very easily found the administration interfaces for dozens of flock safety cameras. I shared this information with 404 Media, and with John Gaines' help, that number quickly grew to nearly 70. None of the data or video footage was encrypted. There was no username or password required. These were all completely public-facing for the world to see, and some of them still are. You don't have to be an expert to find and gain access to this. You don't
So flock cameras, did he say what
even
they
have
are?
to
Let's see
type
here.
anything in to see every single person, vehicle, and activity that took place in these locations in the last 31 days. Whether you wanted to watch this footage live in real time.
Okay, so flock, he's not saying what it is. So flock cameras are these cameras that I think it's a company that creates them, and you can access basically all their information online. You can watch their feeds. You can find you can find prior recordings from the flock camera, and they're used by police departments. They're used by city governments. They're used by private companies. And anyone can really access the information on them, and they're basically just recording everything everyone's doing all the time. They also can use AI and other things. Yeah, it's like if Elon Musk sold Ring cameras. I really like that, Meowzord. Okay. They're always watching us. Okay. Matt Saigai, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much for all of that. One, two, three, four. Matt, you're amazing, Matt Saigai. Really, thank you. You know, Matt Saigai, I'll put on the collar for that. Thank you, Matt Saigai. And I think that brings us. Thank you, Matt Saigai. All right. I think that brings us to enough for the game. So, okay. Thank you, Matt Saigai. All right. So this is what these are, and they're becoming very popular to be used. All right, and they're creepy, which is why I wanted to talk with you about them. It is. Thank you, Matt. It's like, yeah, if we got to the amount we need. We got two. Oh, that brings us to 7. So that means, what does that mean? I can't remember. That brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get to play the game. That's right. We get to play the game. Okay.
or look at footage from a month ago, you could just point and click your way to it like you were watching Netflix. You could even open up the live streams in VLC or cast it to a television. Making
you,
any
Dolly Boy. Thank you,
modification to
Dolly
the
Boy.
cameras is illegal, so I didn't do this, but I had the ability to delete any of the video footage or evidence by simply pressing a button. I could see the paths where all of the evidence files were located on the file system, and I could see their hashes and signatures. Some of the
Great,
devices we
Meowzord.
saw were the familiar-looking Falcon cameras that you see
Yeah, and apparently Meowzord's saying that there are 0 regulations or laws around these things. Great. Great. I feel like I'm going to see my social credit score go down.
all over the country, but the majority of these were Flock's new Condor cameras, which are designed to detect and track people. They're PTZ cameras, meaning pan, tilt, zoom, and they quite literally use AI to zoom in and follow you around whether you're a person of interest or not. In just
I didn't. Okay, that's bizarre. All right.
the time that it took to count and verify these vulnerabilities, I saw a family in North Carolina load their
Wait. Okay. So first of all, shout out to this guy. I would be too uncomfortable to watch people on these cameras. Right, right. Weird amorphous blob. I'd be too uncomfortable to watch people on these cameras. And he actually spent time doing this to see what they were doing. I mean, not to see what the people are doing, but to see what the cameras are doing and stuff. And this is some of the footage he saw. He saw just 2 people getting out of a car.
infant and a bunch of merchandise in a Lowe's parking lot. And I suppose one could cross-reference their license plate with the Park Mobile data breach and find out exactly where the garage is that
Really?
will store
Big brain?
these new fancy tools. I watched a man leave his house in the morning in New York. I watched a
Yeah.
woman jogging
boy.
alone on a forest trail in Georgia.
Oh God. See, already just the phrase us watching a woman jog alone creeps me out. Okay, why are we watching? I don't want people to be able to watch a woman jogging alone. That's always like the beginning of a horror story, right? And he was watching her jog alone. Like, okay, chill, bro. All right, chill, bro. Let's go on.
This trail had multiple cameras, and I could watch a man rollerblade and then take a break to watch rollerblading videos on his phone.
Neat.
How? Because the camera's AI automatically zoomed in on it.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I didn't know that part of it. You can actually zoom in on what you're doing on your phone. Okay. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. All right. You know what? You know what would help solve this? Yeah. Oh my God. Horrific. Weird amorphous blob. You know what would actually solve this is if, like, we should just find a bunch of footage of politicians out in public and send it to them and be like, look, we saw what you were doing. Do you think that would change their minds pretty quickly? If we actually sent them footage that was taken from these cameras of themselves out in public, I bet that would very quickly change their opinion. Okay.
Just like it zoomed in on a couple arguing at a street market in Atlanta.
God.
So what? They're still anonymous, right? No, they're not. Within 2 minutes of open source intelligence using a commercial facial recognition engine, I found out that one of them just finished medical school and the other is dealing with chronic
God.
irritable bowel syndrome. The couple also just had a baby last year and they have a pretty concerning debt to income ratio. I also know that they drove over 45 minutes from their address in
Wait a minute. How does he know this? Does it connect that information to you? Okay.
the suburbs to attend church in Atlanta that morning, and then they checked out this market and bought a sweater. I watched a law enforcement officer and ambulance escort a man having a mental health crisis in Iowa. I know this because the Cedar Rapids Police Department maintains a public database of every
excellent,
single
Big Brain.
emergency call in the city, as well as daily arrest
Right,
reports
Matt
with
Sci-Guy.
individuals' names, addresses, ages, and genders. Listen, I know that I'm being creepy.
This is like the future. You all know that, right? This is like Palantir's dream society, right? Peter Thiel is frothing at the mouth for this sort of thing. They want like okay. That's what they want. They want okay. So glad a private company can do all this as long as it's not the government like China. Oh, right. Oh my God. Don't you hate that, guys? Like how in America, we're always like, we don't want an authoritarian government, but we're perfectly okay with authoritarian and corporate entities controlling our lives as opposed to a government. Like, can we maybe not have authoritarianism in government or in private companies? Thanks. Not that hard of an ask. Okay. We also don't have 3 years to stop this. Yeah, we don't. Oh God.
right now. Just saying these words out loud nauseates me. But
Yeah,
I'm
right,
trying
Sir
to show you
Bartholomew.
just a fraction of the information that anyone in the world with access to
But Sir Bartholomew, it's comically evil, the fact that they call themselves Palantir, like the Lord of the Rings. Okay.
commercial search engine has had regarding anyone who attended this market or walked on this trail in the last 31 days. And it gets worse. Here's an exposed flock safety
Weird and
camera
overblown.
permanently pointed at a playground near the Bay
Yep,
Area
it
in
is, Dolly
California.
Boy.
Openly and publicly broadcasting both live and archived video footage of young children playing unattended.
No. This is
Again,
making me so uncomfortable. Oh my God. They just have a bunch of footage of kids playing. Oh my God, this is like it. Okay. All right. I okay. I don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that today. Okay. Um Big Braden, my argument is always that corporations are basically like mini governments. Why do they allow them to be in dictatorships instead of making them be democratic like we did with the government? Yeah, I agree, Big Braden. I agree. I agree. Like, yeah, which you know what? I would Weirdomorphous Blob. This is why Weirdomorphous Blob. I'm not entirely at the bottom of that spectrum because if I had power, I would arrest people who did this. I would. I would say it's illegal. Okay. A pedo's Fantasyland. Yeah. Okay.
saying this stuff out loud feels so incredibly wrong. But for me personally, the most impactful moment while validating these vulnerabilities was this. This resonated with me so much that I
What is?
actually had tears welling up in my eyes.
No.
I've done
Why?
this
What
exact
is it?
same thing so many times. I've seen a swing set in an empty park, looked around to make sure nobody was watching, and then
Jonas,
just
thank you
enjoyed
very
the
much. Sorry, Jonas says stop disrespecting corporations. Without them, you'd have nothing. So let them do what they want. Right, Jonas. Right. Another very true and accurate belief by Jonas. Thanks, Jonas. Okay. Yeah.
I've done this exact same thing so many times. I've seen a swing set in an empty park, looked around to make
This is
sure
sad.
nobody was watching, and then just enjoyed the mindless motion that connected me to a simpler time. But this isn't something
Also, if you're like a guy, are you going to do that in front of other people? I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, there are moments. I know I'm always talking about men. No, it's not because I'm like obsessed with men. I mean, not entirely. But I was going to say that, there are a lot of sort of weird social conventions around being a man. And I mean, there are about women too. And a lot of times that's his point, Mauser. Oh, I'll just let it play. I'll just let it play. If he's going to say that, I'll let it play. I'll go back.
simpler time. But this isn't something that most grown men want to be seen doing. The experience requires one to have a moment that is devoid of judgment. It's healthy escapism at its finest.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
realized that it's likely that this man didn't know that he was being recorded. And
Yes,
he probably
okay.
wouldn't have done this if he had. This is a classic example of the Hawthorne effect, which is a change in an individual's behavior.
Oh my God. So that's something you learn about in anthropology. So when people are being watched, they act differently than if they weren't being watched. So when you do like participant observation, like if you were an anthropologist to go to live with people from a different society or culture, you have to be aware that the very fact that you're there is going to change their behavior. Okay.
Or choices when they know that they're being observed. Surveillance manufacturers love to talk about this effect when it deters crime. After all, someone isn't as likely to break
Yeah,
into
Jonas.
a car that's parked near a camera. But what they don't talk about is how it deters escapism. People are less likely
Yeah,
to sing
Meowsord.
or dance or practice an accent or a cartwheel when they know that they're being watched. But escapism is often required for a lot of things. For example, when you
Right.
learn an instrument or practice a skill for the first time or even practicing line delivery for a YouTube video. The footage of the man swinging was powerful to me because it made me realize exactly why I have such a visceral objection to mass surveillance. It imposes on our right to find our own identities without judgment.
Yeah, it does.
And as someone whose identity and success is owed to ample amounts of escapism, this is a hill that I am willing to die on. I don't have the luxury to dedicate even more months to yet another flock safety vulnerability, but as you can see, this one is urgent. And frankly, I'm worried that it's already being exploited at the
Together
sorry.
with YouTuber Ben Jordan.
I think this is an ad.
Text. A little over a month ago, I released a video detailing a long list of security
Okay.
vulnerabilities with hardware and services in the flock safety ecosystem. There are over
Not an
60
ad. God damn it,
published
Meow Zorda. Okay,
Of course,
fine.
camera
I
being
exaggerate. I'll go back.
Jules,
Okay.
this one is urgent. And frankly, I'm worried that it's already being exploited at the cost of the individuals who are unaware that there are even cameras in these locations. So I got in touch with 404 Media, who has been paramount in this same field of journalism and whose reporting has tremendously helped my research and content.
Together with YouTuber
Jonas says, Casual Revolt, it's also society is programmed to think that adults playing is childish. It's not. It's childlike, which is very different. No, I agree, Mithril. And I honestly think, though, that you guys can disagree with me. I think that standard is a bit harsher for men. I really do. And part of the reason it is because women, it's partially a sexist, anti-women reason, the idea of infantilizing women and thinking and being because all women are more childish, therefore it's okay if they do things that are childlike. But I think anyone can be childish or can be childlike. You see what I mean? Like, who cares? You can who's to say that swinging on a swing is childlike? That's a cultural thing. Anyway, but there's okay.
Ben Jordan, we found about 60
Hey, Weirdomorphous Blob confirms. Weirdomorphous Blob, as a trans woman, I can confirm I get to have way more fun. There you go. Okay. And of course, that's anecdotal evidence, blah, 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 blah. But from what I've heard from students and things like that,
block condor cameras that appear to be streaming directly to the internet without any sort of password, no protection whatsoever.
Jesus, of course they didn't make it safe.
Condor cameras, and they're designed to track people as they sort of go about their business. And of course, people don't have any idea that this is happening.
If you're coming into this cold, here's some context. A little over a month ago, I released a video detailing a long list of security vulnerabilities with hardware and services in the flock safety ecosystem. There are over 60 published vulnerabilities, so if that concerns you, check that video out. During and after the process of conducting that research and making that video, I was visited by the police and had what I believed to be private investigators outside my home photographing me and my property and bothering my neighbors. John Gaines, or Gainsec, the brains behind most of this research, lost employment within 48 hours of the video being released. And the sad reality is that I don't view these things as consequences or punishment for researching security vulnerabilities. I view these as consequences and punishment for doing it ethically.
I'm sorry, this is how I feel. The whole online ID thing will end up going in the UK because there's no way those pictures of people's face. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And transparently.
Yeah, and obviously it's completely unsecure, of course. Anyone can just take your information. Though admittedly, folks, I'm not defending this, but basically all of our information at this point is probably owned by some company. It is really bad. I think we all know this, right? And if it isn't, lucky you. I don't know how you got around that because all of our information has basically already been stolen by all these big companies and probably already been leaked somewhere. So going back to what Weirdomorphous Blob said, I am not authoritarian. I wish we could arrest the people who got let that information get leaked and punish those companies and break up the big companies who did it, etc. Anyway,
by people on or communicating with civic councils who found my videos concerning, and they shared Flock Safety's response with me. The company claimed that the devices in my video did not reflect the security standards of the ones being publicly deployed. The CEO even posted on LinkedIn and boasted about Flock Safety's security policies. So I formally and publicly offered to personally fund security
and to the government, apparently,
security research into Flock Safety's deployed ecosystem. But the law prevents me from touching their live devices. So all I needed was their permission so I wouldn't get arrested, and I was even willing to let them supervise this research. I got no response. But now, since the general public has access to live video feeds from search engines, let's just save the back and forth, and I'll literally read you Flock Safety's response to IPVM about their security from a brand new Flock Safety camera that's publicly deployed. Might as well, it's my tax dollars I paid for.
Oh God, that is so clever.
Flock is committed to continuously improving security.
Yeah.
The devices in this YouTube video were not connected to the cloud, and to the best of our knowledge, not customer installed, so the security is akin to factory setting. It's like looking at an iPhone stolen off a truck before it was ever connected to the cloud. If a person were able to gain physical access to the device leased to the city, which is illegal, they still would not be able to gain access to the footage as the data is only stored for a very limited time duration information on the device following its transmission to the cloud. None of
Jesus Christ, this is so clever. He's brilliant. I'm sorry, I'm pausing it so I don't get a wire factory saying so weak, right? Just kind of.
these vulnerabilities affect our cloud platform, where the vast majority of all evidence and metadata is stored.
Well, Meowsor, not Meowsor, excuse me, Jonas, don't you know that trans people are both extremely powerful, malignant force, and they're very weak and effeminate and can't do anything? Which, by the way, is a classic fascist talking point. Whenever you scapegoat, you have to both make out a group to be weak, powerless, and inferior, at the same time, make them out to be big, scary, and powerful. So, yeah, don't you love how the right wing is always screaming about trans people being like this dangerous force in society while also making them out to be degenerate and like mentally ill and things like that? I don't see a contradiction there at all. Do you? It's so stupid. And okay, it's all right.
And I found another one at Young Street and Harris Road, also in Bakersfield, which is about 15 minutes from the other spot. So I'm going to go walk up to that now. You can actually see it.
So there, if your city or
Jesus
county or
Christ.
place of business
Okay, that's it. I don't want to hear anyone ever complain about living in about Chinese surveillance ever again. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit. You can complain about Chinese surveillance; it's pretty bad. Got to admit, it's pretty bad. But I'm just saying, for Americans ought to be complaining about how they're being spied on all the time. Okay, and I will accuse anyone who yells about Chinese surveillance. I'll call them CIA psyops. Just kidding, I won't. But dear God, okay.
or whatever feels satisfied by the company's reassurances, show them that. Many of the feeds that you've seen in this video were relatively easy to find and completely accessible
Jesus.
at the time Flock Safety was telling cities that the devices are secure after they're deployed. And if you are in touch with your county or city council, keep a record of your correspondence with them. Let them know and fully realize that if someone gets stalked, robbed, harassed, or abducted as a result of a reported security vulnerability by a third-party surveillance vendor, they'll be on record for having known about it and approving it anyway.
Jonas.
And they can explain that to their voters and constituents. I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. The underlying problem is not Flock Safety. The problem is cities wanting a
Yeah,
cloud-connected, AI-enhanced
Meowsword, don't you guys love that corpo speak? It's also government speak. Our number one priority is safety. Our number one priority is safety. You hear police departments say that a lot when they talk about use of force policies and like, oh yeah, I shot that person because our number one priority is safety. I hate that phrase. Hate that phrase. Okay. Yeah.
mass surveillance system, but are too lazy to conduct their own security audit or research the efficacy versus
Yeah,
risk.
Meowsword.
And it very much is an industry-wide problem. For example, other vendors in this industry have used my last video to shame Flock Safety on social media, being completely unaware that I had broken their own AI model before ever even having access to a
Quite
Flock
brilliant,
device.
isn't
And I
he?
need to make it very clear that I am not the first and only person
What a nerd, too. Do you see all the equipment he has in the background? What a nerd. Nerd. Okay, he's actually really cool. I'm just jealous because I don't have that much technical
to
knowledge.
find out about all of these enormous vulnerabilities. I'm just apparently the first person stupid enough to walk the expensive legal tightrope of making them public on a large platform. But I also have tremendously cool and impactful projects lined up for this channel that have taken a backseat due to the urgency of this. I want to go back to storing data in birds and inventing microphones to record volcanoes, but I'm happy to contribute to and stay active in the growing community of people standing up to this. If you don't subscribe to 404 Media's content and journalism, I highly recommend doing so. And if you're not already familiar with Louis Rossman, then go check out his channel and work relating to
Okay.
this.
All right. So those are Flock cameras, which you all will coming to a neighborhood near you to watch your kids playing in a park. Okay. That's good. That's good for us. It's not like we have an issue with, pedos in this country doing things to children. All right. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Okay. Meowzo, there's another video. We don't have to watch people about trans people over the lines place. So flocking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Really? So that's insane, Meowzo. Can you put it in reacts if you haven't already? Maybe we'll watch it at some point. Okay. So don't talk about your president like that. Exactly, Jonas. All right. So okay. There's that. So that's fun. We got the flock cameras now to worry about. Yo, of course not, Dolly Boy. We don't have an issue with that in this country. None at all. Not at all. Perfect safe haven for children. They can go to school safely. They can go to a church safely. They can meet the president safely, I guess you could say. I'm not sure what else to add there. No problem with safety for children in this country. None. Okay. Uh, all right. So moving on here. I've not heard them talk about it directly, but the Jesus was right as a oh, it's the Jesus was right. Yes, yes. Okay, guys. This is another one. Meowzord, sorry. I know I'm being biased and I'm mainly showing Meowzord videos, okay? But you guys got to admit, Meowzord sends some pretty good videos. And Meowzord sent this video that it was exactly, Dolly Boy. That was about that girl, that woman who it's because I put the okay, there, Meowzord, you're not wrong. Okay. So, but guys, admittedly, if you want to, honest point though, Meowsor just reminded me of this. If you want me to watch something, please put the timestamp. I believe that's in the instructions. Put the amount of time that the video will take. Okay. In because it makes it easier on me. And a lot of times you guys will send videos that are like 30 to 40 minutes long or longer. And there's no way I'm going to be able to watch all of that. That's like a 30 to 40-minute video is like 2 hours of stream time, if not more. So you just if you want me to react to something specifically in a long video, make sure you put where it is, where you want me to react, what part of the video you want me to react to. Okay, I know. How dare you, Dolly Boy? I know, Jonas. I'm being a tyrant. I know. I'm moving up on the political spectrum. We're moving into the authoritarian quadrant. Stalinism incoming. I'm just asking that if you want me to react to something, please put the timestamp. And if you want me to react to the whole thing, make sure it's not like longer than it's not like 20 it's 20 minutes or less, if not less than 20 minutes. Okay. That's just something to point out. Now there are some other ones I'm going to react to that aren't just Meowzords, but this is a short one. I would not be surprised, Meowzord, the extended edition. Okay. Meowzord, I know Meowzord is not as big as an LOTR nerd as I am because Meowzord, for all the LOTR nerds out there, how did Meowzord get that wrong? Let's grade Meowzord's comment. Meowzord says someone's going to post the LOTR director's cut in chat. What is it actually called, LOTR nerds out there? Is it called the director's cut or what is it actually called? Someone tell me. Someone tell me in chat so we can humiliate Meowzord. Thank you, Big Braden. It's the extended editions, Meowsord. It's not the director's cut. What do you think this is? Okay. God, this isn't like Saw 3 or whatever. All right. I don't know. I don't know if Saw has an extended cut, but anyway. Okay. Now that I've complimented and shamed Meowsord, let's watch his video. This is a follow-up from the loony Christian woman who got that woman fired after she gave her a 0 on that really bad paper she wrote. Okay. All right.
Her grift.
Guys, by the way, I will gladly do a LOTR watch along at some point with all of you. Okay. Though it'll take really long because I will babble during the whole thing and tell you about every little point in there, every bit of little philosophical point. But still, shall we continue?
All right. Samantha Fulnecki continues her grift. She has now talked at a Turning Point USA event. She has
Big Braden smoked something. I'm sure you'll be able to get through it.
Met with the governor. She is practically the next, Riley Gaines, this rising conservative influencer. The right now hands out participation trophies. This story is so ridiculous, and she just did a new 20-minute interview. And there's 2 clips from it that I really want to show you because it's pretty crazy. In this clip, I feel like she actively admits that she just didn't read the assignment and didn't care and just wrote some shit down, and that's why she got a 0. Now, let me back up. If you haven't heard about this Samantha Fulnecki ordeal, and this new right-wing influencer, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of what's going on, and then we're going to hop into, everything. Before we do, though, really quickly, my name is Chris Mowry. I'm 23 years old. I scream and yell.
Real fast, Dolly Boy, where'd you post it? Did you post it in Reacts? Did you post it in the Reacts channel or the media channel?
About politics, how much I care about democracy, and frankly, how much I hate Donald Trump. It's something I've been passionate about for so long, ever since I was what, 14 and saw him go down the stupid gold escalator, and I started paying attention. I realized how dangerous he was for our country. So it would mean a lot to enjoy this video if you could hit like and subscribe already. It goes such a long way, especially as I try to change up my titles and my thumbnails, be a little bit less clickbaity, if you will. I made a video about this recently, and so any way to kind of get some extra push in the algorithm really goes a long way. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, let's watch this video just to give you
real fast. First of all, can we all just appreciate the funny conversation happening in chat now around about Harry Potter and the use of certain the curse spell that's going on? Secondly, I don't remember what else I was going to say. Okay,
a quick synopsis of who Samantha Fulnecki is. Take a listen.
Samantha Fulnecki tells me that after she brought up to the university what happened, they decided that that grade would not count against her. But it doesn't mean the conversation is over just yet.
I just did the assignment and turned it in, and I talked about the Bible in it. That is, I view.
Guys, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't say this. You all know that I have trouble keeping my mouth shut. But the phrenology on this woman, oh goodness, I know. I shouldn't. Okay.
All of my opinions in the world through the Bible.
Samantha Fulnecki is a junior at OU. She says when she submitted an essay reacting to an article for her psychology class, she got a 0. The graduate instructor, who is transgender, was the one grading it. They called it offensive and said it lacked empirical evidence.
So I gave my opinion, and not just my opinion, but that's like the Bible says that God created male and female, and anything that's not from God or glorifying to God is glorifying to the enemy.
What the hell? I'm sorry. Okay, guys, please don't make my atheist come out. Please don't make my atheist come out. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to make this about an idiot, not about, okay. The enemy. All right. What is the enemy? I'm guessing like anything that is not based off the Bible is the enemy. That basically means everything is based off the Bible, including genocide, because there's genocide in the Bible. So I guess that's not satanic. I guess, mass murder is must be a good thing. In this case, by the way, folks, if I get to everyone keeps gaslighting him with religious. If this is the case, I am a big fan of the enemy, because if the enemy is the opposite of the Bible, you see what I mean? Like if the enemy is the opposite of the Bible, okay. You all see what I'm saying. All right, right? Jonas. Probably the first and last time Jonas will ever say that phrase. I love it. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Yeah. Okay, I'll continue.
Excerpts of the essay. She says, society pushing the lie of multiple genders is demonic and believes it's against God's will.
That's what I meant by that. The demonic thing is that I didn't mean for that to be offensive, but the truth will naturally offend people. And so I think that's why.
That's okay. All right. Remember what we talked about? The truth was whatever I view it to be. Okay.
People are kind of viewing that as offensive.
That's guy. God.
Would you have a problem having a transgender teacher?
I wouldn't. Not if.
Okay. If you're gonna pause, like that's an easy answer, right? No. Why? Why would? Like maybe even make your face look a little offended. Like, why would you even ask that? Of course not. There's nothing wrong with being trans. But if you're just like, no, I mean, okay, Jesus. All right.
They, if they're able to separate.
All right, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So Samantha Fulnecki files this lawsuit claiming religious discrimination. That's why.
Probably because she's wealthy, Mithril, to be honest with you.
Apparently she got a 0. We learned very recently, officially, that the
Jonas, dear God.
University of Oklahoma confirms that Mel Kurth, the teaching assistant who gave a student a failing grade on the essay, will no longer be teaching. They cited.
Oh my God, that's so depressing. This poor person. Yeah, her Oklahoma probably is a January 6th order. I'm having trouble watching this, folks. This is just so repulsive. Okay. Big Braden says, someone I used to work with called Donald Trump a truth teller, and I had to try to laugh at him. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Right, Sir Bartholomew. Yeah. Okay.
And with Samantha Fulnecki, this individual, this TA, getting a tremendous amount of hate, as you can probably imagine, from the right wing right now, who pushes so much hate and bigotry against the LGBTQ plus community. And I do want to be clear, Samantha Fulnecki's essay, which you can read in full, is objectively awful.
It
Okay.
is.
And I'm
We
not
read it.
trying to be an asshole, but I mean, I was never really the best high school student. I haven't even graduated college. If I'm taking a break from school, probably going to go back eventually. Kennesaw State University, hooty hoo.
Okay. We graded this. Remember, it was an awful essay. It was an absolutely awesome. By the way, I wanted to read this aloud. Elliot said this. She said in an interview that she whipped out that paper in like 30 minutes because she was in a hurry to go to a concert. She didn't read the required material. Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. Wow. I love that. Oh, does he? Okay.
But like, if you read this paper, it's not a good one, and nor does it follow the rubric here. It's very clear it doesn't follow the rubric. And again, before I show you her new interviews, they recently went on campus of the University of Oklahoma and asked students about this, and students seem to agree with my analysis. Take a listen.
Yeah, Reagan, when we were on campus today, we catched up with some fellow students here on campus that had nothing to talk about, or actually everything to talk about OU junior Samantha Fulnecki's paper. Hear what they have
And now she's getting all this attention.
Say.
Great.
She wasn't in the right. And I think the whole thing, I think it's
That's that guy.
she created
Yeah.
it to become a big deal. I think that with her family influence, her sorority influence as well, I think it was all.
Oh, I didn't know she was in a sorority. Guys, come on. This is too perfect. This is way too perfect. She's a sorority girl, and she has like a lot of power and influence. Okay. All right.
Created to be like something where it was supposed to gain traction on social media.
When I like found out about it, I was like, oh, maybe like she's in the right here. But then I decided to like look at the paper myself, and I was like, oh, like it, like for 650 words, I thought that it wasn't that good of a paper.
You know, it's kind of hard to tell. You know,
boy.
you don't really know people's true intentions unless you really talk.
By the way, on a side note here, I'm not saying that this is related at all. I am not saying that this is related because obviously the thing I'm about to talk about is separate from modern day sororities and fraternities. But did you all know that back in the Weimar Republic, the sororities and the fraternities were an extreme hotbed of Nazism? Look it up. Especially fraternities was like a hotbed of far right-wing nationalist German nationalism and far-right Nazi ideology. They were also one of the driving forces behind kicking Jewish professors out of their positions and stuff. I'm just saying that because there is a tradition. Yeah, there is a tradition of fraternities and sororities being right-wing. Now, not all of them. There are modern day, there are sororities and fraternities that are not right-wing, that cater to like minority groups or to co-ed situations or whatever. But yeah, it's including what being in a sorority even means. It's not like the BS in movies where they make them do crazy trials. Jonas, how do I phrase this to you? That exactly, Meowsor. So there are some sororities that do that stuff, Jonas. There are others that are academic, that are like really high quality, that aren't bad at all. That's why I'm saying this is different from like the kind I'm talking about. There are some today that are more like for academic folks, for people like in businesses and things like that. Well, London, who is our glorious overlord over on Discord, is in a co-ed fraternity that's for small business owners and stuff. So those aren't bad, but some of them are. Okay.
Talk to them. I mean,
Mithril.
So you get the idea here.
Yes.
A lot of students coming forward and saying, or at least those first two students saying, you know, the paper wasn't good. She probably did this on purpose to be, you know, famous. As the first person said, her family influence. Her mom is actually an attorney who represented January 6ers, who has a little bit of a public
that wasn't a
kind
joke,
of persona.
I
I talked about this in the last video I made about Samantha Fulnecki. She's gone to Trump rallies and been interviewed about those Trump rallies. So awfully convenient that her daughter is now also in the public sphere. But you let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Either Samantha Fulnecki truly believes that she, you know, didn't deserve the zero and is going on this whole thing just accidentally, or some people think it was intentional. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. Not sure I have a formulated opinion, but let's listen to this new interview Samantha Fulnecki gave. Now, the whole thing's like 20.
That's a really good tactic, by the way, to say what you think in the comments, because the more comments you get on a video, the more engagement you get, and so the more views you get. And I need to remember to do that in my next video. I need to do a little bit of manipulation. I need to remember to do that.
minutes,
Okay.
but there's 2 clips I pulled from it that I really want you to hear, and this one in particular. Take a listen.
Was it hard for you to come up with the things that you wanted to say?
Not at all. I was actually just telling this story earlier. I was at my my good friend. I was at her house.
God, she sounds like me. Okay, God.
And we were about to go to a musical that OU was putting on, or a play. And I was like, oh, I have to do this assignment really quick. It'll just take a second. And then I read the topic, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. Like, you know, I have a very strong opinion on this topic. And then I wrote it in maybe like 30 minutes. It was really easy.
So it was a crunch job. She just did it at the last second and kind of spewed out nonsense.
For me to come up with things to say.
Okay. That kind of seems like an admission of why you got a 0? What the? I get.
Okay, we're not going to watch the rest of this, but Jesus Christ. Thank you, Mithril. Okay. And another tactic is if you stayed until the end of this video, type hair. Oh, that's a good point, Victoria. I need to do that too. I should do that too. Yeah. Look, I'm just doing the now too. No more I'm going to hit myself in the head with the whenever I say All right. Almost said it again. Next thing we're going to do here. So we're not going to watch the whole thing because we get the general idea here, but that's pretty funny, isn't it? She's still around, apparently. She's still... Yeah. Oh, I know, Weird Mortals Beloved. Writing standards have dropped dramatically. Now, damn it. So this is... Dolly Boy sent us something. Dolly Boy rarely sends us things. I'm very excited for this. I bet this is going to be a treat for all of us. Let's see here. That sounded sarcastic, but it was not sarcastic. Okay. Let's see here. This is from Dolly Boy. And if I can get it to open up. Wait. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? What is it doing? Oh, okay, here it is. I'll pull it up over here. Yeah. Okay, give me a second. I just need to... It's not opening as a link. It had to download. So give me 1 second here, folks. I'm going to quickly transfer it over. So this is a video. This is a very good... I am very excited. So, okay. That's okay. So this is a... So this is a kind of a funny one. This is a nice palette cleanser. Okay, everyone ready? I'm going to make sure that the sound is on. So this is about apparently what white people say when they go to like a historic site or a site of an ancient building. Okay. Here we go.
Oh my God. Look at the beautiful mastery of the craft. The architecture that is powerful.
I see where this is going, Dolly Boy. Oh my God, I'm going to laugh.
How they used such simple tools to build these things truly shows their level of genius and ingenuity. Considering the tools these people were given and had, I guess this is pretty incredible. Just how these savages were able to band together and make something this beautiful from such a primitive culture is just beyond me. Maybe it was aliens.
Accurate. That is historically accurate. You know, of course, everything was made by aliens. All right. Hilarious. Thank you, Dolly Boy. Great palette cleanser there after all the horrors of what's her face, Molniki, or I don't know how to pronounce her name. I refuse to remember it. All right. I gotta put this back up now. Application audio capture. Okay, there we go. All right. So there we go. Never go full Nikki. That's right. First, I was just going by Rita's face. Just reading what people got here. Yeah, you're right, Elliot Waffles. I swear, inappropriate capitalization is one of my biggest pet peeves. And it's only become so much more prevalent since Douchetard took office with this. Oh my God, I know. I cannot read his tweets. Literally, they drive me crazy. I can't do it. They make me want to lose my mind. So, okay. You know what, Meowsword? Sure, why not? Why not? Let's torture Jonas just for fun. It's always fun to torture Jonas. Lefties triggered seeing happy sorority girls participating in Rush. Oh, good God. All right, let's see it. So another palate cleanser, folks. Apparently,
Alex, we're seeing sorority dances go viral on social media. The woke hate it, but
it's like stick with one or the other, Weirdomorphous Blob, right?
There are thousands of young women across America taking part in this trend.
Yeah.
Drop it.
Sorry, is this just like...
This is not something that interests me. Okay, in this one, these sorority girl, by the way, if these were sorority guys, I would say the exact same thing. Don't these sorority girls remind you of someone who would be sitting on their porch in the South talking about how there are too many black people moving in? Like that, this is sort of the impression, like how they're dressed even. It kind of looks like old Southern aristocrat. You know, we can't, we better, there's some unsavory characters moved in down the street. You know, some unsavory characters moved in down the street, if you know what I mean, Mr. Sheriff. Like you see what I mean? That's what it seems like. Yeah, it makes you steaming mad. What makes me steaming mad, Alyssa? Okay, so that's what this reminds me of. Yeah, this is a mouthful. Hate it. The news is so. Yeah, I don't care, right? Like, okay, but. Yeah, like who cares? I don't like. Why is this such a? All right.
5 or 82. This is something you can do. Pop it, lock it, polka dotted. For the young bucks sitting in the honky tonks, for the rednecks rocking till the break of dawn. The DJ spinning that country song. Come on, come on, come on. When I grow up, I wanna be famous. I wanna be a star. I wanna be in movies. When I grow up, I wanna see the world, drive nice cars. I wanna have.
There's something deeply ironic about all these adult women saying, "When I grow up," when you're an adult. Anyway.
Yeah. This is the key that makes us wind up.
I don't want to get copyrighted on this. I'm going to stop, but we get the general idea. Okay. Can we say I've had more SoCal? I'm not going to repeat that, SoCal. Okay. So apparently the left was mad. What do they mean that the left was mad at this? Like, I just don't care about this. I just like making fun of it. But what's the, it might be some people's thing.
So many others. That's just a small compilation. Alex, explain to my audience what's happening there, the recruitment drives that are behind this. We don't have sororities, frats really in Australian universities.
Wait, do you guys not? In the UK, Mithril said that you guys don't have it. This is Sky News, so this is right wing, right? But do you guys not have frats over there in the UK?
Universities. So explain what's happening there.
So these sororities and fraternities have a thing called Rush, where they're trying to get new members into their sorority or fraternity. And
you know what's funny? I don't know if I should say this. There is a brand of something that is called Rush. I don't think I can say it on stream. If there's any fellow LGBTQ people in here who know what I'm talking about, it just makes it sound funnier when they say that this is Rush Week. And then you think about anyway.
So they put out these videos in order to encourage, girls to rush their sorority. But what's so crazy about this video is that the fact that people get triggered and upset seeing young, happy people having fun on college campuses. And God bless the Greek system, because I'm telling you, these kids learn more from the Greek system than they do probably from their teachers that are teaching them God knows what about LGBTQ, or who knows what they're actually teaching in these colleges.
God knows what they're teaching them, that they exist, and they're teaching them that they're human beings. This is awful.
So, but the one thing I want to say, though, when it comes to Greek life, America's manufacturing might be down, but there's no shortage of beautiful people being made in this country. And I think that proves it right there when you see all those young people and
it's
how
like a breeding
vibrant
program.
and good America looks. They are a good representation.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex Stein. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, okay. So that's crazy. Thank you for that. That was good. Yeah, they're teaching people about LGBT people. That's pretty gross. Oh my God, how shocking, right, Dolly Boy? Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You know what? This is a really weird. Okay, guys, look at this. Look at this. This is in my suggested videos. I don't know. Okay, do you see this? CBS. Do you see how that's titled? I don't even know if I want to say it out loud. Or maybe I can. Do you guys see this right here? I'll highlight it if you can't. I don't know if I can highlight it. That is a weird way to label a video. I don't know if that's a smart way to title that video. That sounds very, you all know what that sounds very anti-Semitic. I'm just saying, maybe, I don't know what it's about, but boy, does they perhaps should phrase that differently. Dear God, I just saw that on the side and I'm like, CBS, maybe you should work on phrasing a bit. You guys see it? Do you see it? It says how Jewish American pedophiles hide from justice. That's what it said. That's what the title of this video is. Anyway, all right, CBS, maybe try a little harder on titling stuff. Okay. So, I mean, I'd have to watch it, but I suspect, right. You see what I mean? Okay. That's kind of badly phrased. Oh, it happens. Oh, Jonas, I have no doubt that it happens. You know what I mean? Like, it happens that people of any group can do that, but the phrasing of that, imagine if that were phrased as how Black American pedophiles always escape justice. Yeah, that would be kind of okay. Yeah. Oh, Dolly boy, you tempt me. Okay, fine. We'll look. Yeah, let's look at some of the comments beneath this video. I know I'm kind of getting Yun. Oh my God, guys, this is hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry. We got to do this. We got to do this. This is going to be fun. Let's read some of the comments below the cheerleading video or whatever, just to see what kind of degeneracy we can get ourselves into. Why not? It'll be fun. First of all, this one is an image of an older man an older man, and it says, young, healthy women having fun. Oh, great. This one says, no blue hair, no tattoos, no nose rings. So refreshing. Good. Good. Yeah, I immediately regret looking too. Pretty is making a comeback. Oh, that's disgusting. Now, this isn't dehumanizing at all to people who aren't cookie cutters like them. No wildebeest in this video. Oh, wow, that's really disgusting. This is like, imagine all the pressure put on women. Jesus Christ. Like, if you don't look like one of these women. Okay. This is America, says someone else. Celebrating the end of woke is fun. Okay, we're done. I'm done with this. All right. We don't need to do this. Yep. But notice, folks, no woke people commenting on it. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with being nubile and derivative, Meowzord. You see what I mean? Okay, I'm just saying that it's how they are demonizing anyone who is not derivative. Okay. Yeah, the wokes hate when white girls dance. Okay, we're done with that. I'm sorry, I got a little into it for some reason. It's an area I have not explored. Dancing women. That sounded so bad. Okay, whatever. All right, you guys. So, what are we gonna do now? Well, oh my God, my spine. Oh, I'm getting so old, folks. I'm getting goddamn old. All right. What else can we do here? We got some other things we could watch. Now, Bernie Sanders was on CNN and he gave a warning about AI.
Ads are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars.
You want to watch Bernie Sanders? It's a short video. You just want to hear what Bernie Sanders has to say? I haven't seen it. I am curious because CNN, though, is always kind of funny. They're always like, but how are you going to pay for that, Bernie? How are you going to pay for that? But then if like a Raytheon contractor is on there talking about we need, billion-dollar Hellfire missiles with diamond-crusted whatever to kill children in the Middle East, they're always like, "Oh, yeah, well, that's great. That's great. We can pay for that. We can pay for that." So I'm curious to see how they react to it. But you guys want to hear what Bernie Sanders? Yeah, do you want to hear what Bernie Sanders is going to say about AI? Let's hear what he says.
Welcome back. The rise of artificial intelligence, or AI, is sparking fears that AI could put millions of Americans out of work. One study by MIT found that AI could replace 1/10 of the U.S. workforce right now.
Yeah, teachers are going to be gone eventually.
My next guest says it is long past time for Congress to act. Joining us now, independent Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Senator, you are not known for mincing words on any subject, and you certainly haven't minced them about what you call the unprecedented threats posed by AI. What are you most specifically fearful of?
Fearful of a lot, Jake. This is the most consequential technology in the history of humanity. It will transform our country. It will transform the world. And we have not had in Congress, in the media, and I'm glad you're doing this show, or among the American people, the kind of discussion that we need.
We've had a discussion, but it's been in Congress, and it has been to stop any regulations on AI.
Examples. First of all, who is pushing this revolution in technology? It is the richest people in the world. Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos.
Guys, I know I shouldn't. I mean, I should. I just love Bernie Sanders. It's like one of the few politicians I'm comfortable actually listening to and not jesting on all the time. Even though I shouldn't, I should be unbiased, but I just like him a lot. I guess because he's a breath of fresh air, right? Like, just look. Do you see how he immediately went to the source of the problem? He's like, "Oh, it's the rich. In other words, the rich are the problem. They're the ones that want this." Okay, thank you, Bernie. Thank you for saying it. At least someone's saying it. I'm okay.
Peter Thiel. Multi-billionaires are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into implementing and developing this technology. What is their motive? Do you think they're staying up nights worrying about working people and how this technology will impact those people? They are not. They are doing it to get richer and even more powerful. That's issue number one. Who is pushing this technology? What does that mean for all of us? Number two, economically. This is what Elon Musk, putting hundreds of billions of dollars into the technology, says, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, end quote. Bill Gates,
No, Dolly Boy, the fact that the presenter said he never minces nice words, that to me is damning with faint praise, because that sounds like corpo speak, like, "Oh, you never mince your words." He's not saying you always tell the truth or you're always honest. He's like, you never mince your words, as in you're not careful about what you say. You say some things that I don't find very nice to say, but you're right, Dolly Boy.
Hundreds of billions of dollars into this technology. Quote, humans won't be needed for most things. Well, I got a simple question. If there are no jobs and humans won't be needed for most things, how do people get an income to feed their families, to get health care, or to pay the rent? There's not been one.
Yeah, how will people be able to get jobs to get the money they need to not be able to afford health care and barely be able to afford rent? I mean, if you think about it, he's being a bit too nice there, because like rent and healthcare are so expensive, even if you have health coverage or even if you have housing, that, it's not as easy as, oh, you get an income and suddenly you can afford health and you can afford rent. You see what I mean?
Serious word of discussion in the Congress about that reality. Issue number three. Studies out there tell us what we all know to be true. Young people now are spending an enormous amount of time with AI. There are kids who are now getting most of their emotional support from AI.
Yeah.
If this trend continues, what does it mean over the years when people are not getting their support, their interaction from other human beings, but from a machine?
We already see where that's going,
What does that mean to humanity? And maybe last but not least, I did a symposium at Georgetown with Jeffrey Hinton, who is considered to be the godfather, Nobel Prize winner of AI. He thinks that AI is soon going to be smarter than human beings. So the science fiction fear of AI running the world is not quite so outrageous a concept.
Yeah. Now, folks, I've heard people say that this is exaggeration. That there'll be people out there who say that it isn't as big as a threat as we think it is. I'm sorry. Maybe this is me being conspiracy brain. I don't buy that. I feel like I've read too many sci-fi books, and I know it's fiction or whatever, but how do you know that with such a complex machine that it's not going to get out of hand? Or I'm more concerned about human error. What if you code something wrong and it accidentally, there you go, weird amorphous blob, because like if a human codes it wrong or some shit and then it accidentally whoops sends a missile into, I don't know, oops, I just bombed Manhattan or whatever it may be. Like, okay, not too great. Or Queens or whatever. It doesn't have to be Manhattan, you know. I may not mind Manhattan. Okay, anyway. So you look at the articles that we don't even have proper AI though. Yeah, you know, you're right, Sir Bartholomew, I should say, especially if you put in control the most. Exactly. And they already are. There are already governments putting AI in charge of weapon systems. Israel is doing it with Lavender, with the Where's Daddy program. Look it up. It's deeply disturbing. We also have the US and China both creating AI directed missile systems and things like that. Yep. No, it won't. Exactly. Okay, Big Braden, you're right. I'm not thinking it'll be like, I don't think it'll be like Terminator or anything like that. But you see what I mean? Like things could go wrong in its programming. Okay.
Concept, as people may have thought it was. Those are some of the issues that are out there.
On the subject of the replacement of millions of jobs, I want to play something that the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, said last month about that topic.
Yay. Hey, at least we don't have to blame ourselves, Dolly Boy. At least we can blame the robots for doing it if we destroy ourselves with nukes. We can be like, oh, it wasn't humans after all. It was our computer system. Anyway.
It's the most profound technology humanity is ever working on.
That's a bit of an exaggeration.
It has potential for extraordinary benefits, and we will have to work through societal disruptions. Right. It will create new opportunities. It will evolve and transition certain jobs. Okay. Right, and people will need to adapt.
Wait, did he just say that it'll evolve certain jobs? That is like such corpo speak. It'll evolve certain jobs.
It will evolve and transition certain jobs. Okay. Right, and
oh my God. Guys, did you hear how he is? Yeah, right, Elliot Waffles. Did you hear how he's manipulating that? It'll evolve or transfer certain jobs. You mean it'll eliminate certain jobs? I just love that corpo speak. And yeah, we need, so folks, imagine a society. I'm worried that we're going to have like a cyberpunk society where you have like a massive underclass of people who can never get employment and only survive on basic UBI assistance, which will not be good. Like, yeah, we should eliminate CEOs first. I agree with that. Like, even if we have UBI, we better make sure it's a very high UBI. You see what I mean? Like, that's why I'm not fully convinced that UBI is a good idea, because you would have to make that a very high income for people to live comfortably without just making a massive underclass of people who are barely surviving on small benefits. You see what I mean? Yeah, when the reserve, yeah. So it's a problem. And Dolly Boy, it would be hilarious if the AI immediately got rid of CEO and politicians. Dolly Boy, don't give me hope. Okay, we can only hope that'll happen. Mithril, these bastards want techno-feudalism with them as the rulers of the city-states. Yep, they do, Mithril. Don't forget about the Dark Enlightenment, folks. These folks literally have talked about how they want dictatorially controlled authoritarian corporate city-states to rule the country. That is not a joke. We have talked about it. Peter Thiel, Curtis Yarvin, they all have this sort of weird techno-feudalist ideology. All right? They'll just blame it on immigrants for as long as they can. Yeah, and guys, I am deeply concerned. There you go, Big Braden. Very true. Big Braden, you'll find this funny. Do you remember when Elon Musk, was it Elon Musk that said this? Someone said this, that, oh no, who was it? Peter Thiel? He said that I want to replace politics with technology, which makes zero sense because technology is always linked up with politics. Anyway, it transforms society. So anyway, Jonas, what I'm afraid of is as climate change gets worse and worse, we're going to see massive migrations of people. We're going to see massive migrations of people. People will be leaving low-lying areas that are being flooded by rising sea levels. It'll cause a big migration of people from the global south to the global north. And what do we think the right wing is going to do then? They're going to have a They're going to demonize as much as they can in the face of increased migration. They're going to be able to use it more effectively, scapegoating. And we're also going to be seeing the rise of AI and shit like that. I am deeply concerned about it. I don't see a good future there. Okay. All right.
And people will need to adapt.
Now, the way he talks about it, this is happening, and we, humanity, need to figure out how to adapt to it.
Right, while they make huge amounts of money.
Do you notice how he didn't even cover the fact? He didn't even cover the fact that the guy was lying, that the guy said it would transition jobs. This is why I don't like CNN, okay? Corporate hacks. Jonas, at least the West maintains a foreign policy that doesn't create... Yeah, right, Jonas, right? And it's already bad because of what the West has done.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things I think we need to do, and right now, among many other things, we're seeing data centers sprouting all over the country, raising electric bills for people in the communities, etc.
Yes. Does anyone live near a data center? I have a very close friend who lives near a data center, and his electricity is going up. The cost of his electricity is going up because of them building a data center near him. It's not his fault, but the government is basically placing the burden of the increased not the government. The company is charging the residents that live around it with the increased cost of the electricity.
We need to be thinking seriously about a moratorium on these data centers. Frankly, I think you got to slow this process down. It's not good enough for the oligarchs to tell us it's coming, you adapt. What are they talking about? They're going to guarantee health care to all people? What are they going to do when people have no jobs? What are they going to do? Make housing free? So I think we need to take a deep breath, and I think we need to slow this thing down.
We can hope.
One way to do it would probably be a moratorium on data centers.
The CEOs would no doubt say you would be stifling entrepreneurship and innovation.
Jesus Christ,
well, I look at it.
Your electricity has gone up 35% in cost. That is insane. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Matt Saigai. You built the largest AI data center is being built outside your hometown. Jesus, Jonas. See, I didn't know that these stats, 20% of the electricity was used up by data centers in Ireland. Good God. Oh, these things are like, I suspect in some distant future, those things will be the target of, how do I phrase that? Acts of resistance. I don't know what I can say on stream here. Maybe a fire breaks out here or there. I'm just saying, I suspect those will, okay, well.
A little bit differently. And I think as a nation, as a world, we have got to do it. Is technology bad? Of course
really,
it's not.
Alyssa?
There are good aspects, bad aspects. The function of technology must be to improve life for human beings.
Right, outer signal, don't you love it?
Not make Musk and Zuckerberg and Bezos even richer than they are. So let us work together to say, okay.
You're right. Oh my God, you're so right, Weirdmorphous Blob. They won't change. They won't blame the right thing. They never do.
Technology is going to radically improve worker productivity. Are we going to reduce the work week substantially, making sure that workers continue to get the same pay?
Right.
If workers are thrown out on the street, how are they going to have health care? Obviously, let's guarantee health care to all people as a human right, etc.
So you talked about a moratorium on these new
he stays on message.
Data centers.
Yeah.
What are some of the other recommendations you want Congress to take as soon as possible?
Exactly what I say, Jonas. Exactly what I say. The trickle-down economics is trickle down because it's when the rich piss all over you. Yeah.
I think we need to vigorously study the impact that AI is having on the mental health of our country. Kids now, among other things, kids can't read books anymore. It's too hard. Their attention span is too weak. Oh
my God. I love Bernie Sanders. Okay, I know I shouldn't love him too much. He's a politician, but Jesus Christ, that is exactly, wasn't I talking about that? About kids not being able to read anymore?
What we need to do is, I worry very much about kids spending their entire days getting emotional support. So we have got to take a hard look on that. And if we conclude that these technologies are creating more isolation, more loneliness, more mental illness, you know what? We got to figure out a way to stop it.
So the president just blocked states from taking on any sort of AI regulation.
Right.
Oh my God, this is capitalism, folks. It always ends up controlling the political system. So you got to stop any sort of reform, any sort of prevention of profit in the United States by these companies. So you got to make sure no one can regulate AI. And remember, it's the right wing that's always screaming about states' rights. Oh, the states should have more rights. The states should have more rights. But immediately the Trump administration bans the states from doing any sort of regulation against AI. Do you think anyone on the right wing is going to be screaming about that?
Meanwhile,
yeah,
Congress
exactly,
hasn't done anything. I mean, you are trying. Senator Hawley and Senator Britt on the other side of the aisle are trying, but there doesn't seem to be much of an appetite. Is that because, do you think, these AI technologies, the companies are so wealthy and affecting the willingness of legislators to do their job?
That's a very important part of it. Look, Elon Musk himself contributed over $270 million.
Wow, CNN going for the jugular there, kind of.
To elect Donald Trump the president. These guys have now come up with their super PACs to try to make sure that there is no regulation. So yeah, they are a very, very powerful entity, and I think that is...
Mithra, that's so stupid. You were right.
One of the reasons why Congress has not been responding effectively.
Some Republican lawmakers, as I mentioned, Hawley and Britt, open to regulating. Others seem wary of any sort of involvement in this technology. Do you think ultimately that there will be a bipartisan majority willing to take any sort of action?
Well, any sort of action is a big, what does that mean?
Any sort of legitimate action.
Significant action.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, you are, again, this technology is not being pushed by mom and pop store owners. It is being pushed by the wealthiest handful of the wealthiest, the most powerful people on earth.
Who are like Disney villains. Actually, they're worse than Disney villains. But like, you can imagine they're kind of like Ursula from like The Little Mermaid, like, you know, trying to, okay, well, we can talk about Jafar, I don't know. And yet they're the ones in charge of everything. Because they're the ones who are saying that we want to have like a technocracy, a corporate feudalism.
Can they be stopped? I don't know. But that raises a broader issue. The future of democracy.
I don't know.
Because it's not just AI and technology. These guys have unbelievable wealth, unbelievable power.
Really,
what
Mithril,
does that mean to the...
Wait, Mithril, in a class about climate change, they accused you of being too critical of big business? What? Was this like Prager University? Like, what are you... Okay.
Future of democracy.
That's another great question that we're going to end 2025 wondering about. And Senator Bernie Sanders, we always...
All right, there we go. That's it. I just wanted to hear Bernie talk. Okay. All right, you guys. I think what we should do now, since we kind of finished the watching shit, I think what we should do now is play a game. Are we all up for that? Because we did get enough to play a game. So let's play a game. Okay. All right, let's play a game. I think we should do... Let's do GeoGuessr first, and then maybe the food guesser afterwards. I'm addicted to these games, if you guys can tell. Or open guesser, I guess it's called. Yeah, you know, with the state of everything, Beth was bad for being allowed to exist in this time. It was my bad. Yeah, right. These corporate villains are the reasons why I always said it. I would prefer if Trump's ballroom was funded directly by taxpayers instead of by bribes. Yeah. Oh, no, I agree with you. Right. I agree with you. And it's also more efficient because there's not a profit motive if you fund it through taxpayers. So, okay. A good government would not regulate, but ban wholesale entire types of AI. I agree. Weird amorphous blob. Yep. Okay. So let's see here. All right, where the hell are we, folks? This looks like Russia. Does this look like Russia to you? It looks like Russia to me. What do we think? I need a little mental break here, folks, from all the doom and gloom. So let's do this. This looks like Russia to me. I could be wrong. What's that? I don't know. Is it Russia? Where's my music? I want my cute music. Where is my cute music? I demand it. I feel like I'm being ripped off without the cute music playing. I know it takes a moment for it to start. You think Europe somewhere, Elliot Waffles? These little signs, I don't know what these mean. I don't know where that's from. The sign, it does look European. You're right. I guess. Oh, I got a guess to get. Oh, damn it. So but Dolly boy, I want the music now. Okay, fine. We'll just wait for the music. I'll try to take a guess. You know what? Screw it. We'll just guess somewhere in Russia because I want the goddamn music to play. I need my therapeutic music. Hey, oh my God, I was only 400 kilometers out. That actually wasn't bad. I'm proud of myself. And there it is, my reward. Oh, isn't that lovely, folks? Isn't that lovely? Now I just need some marijuana and I'll be set. Okay. Nothing is wrong. The world is fine, guys. Nothing to worry about. Everything is going great. Everything is going great. Nothing going wrong in the world. You're all surviving very well. You know, you're all very, very happy. Nothing bad going on in your lives. No worries, no concerns. Okay, it says US 501. US 501. I'm guessing this is the United States. Surprising that there's not many. I think you are, Dolly boy. I think you are happy. I think you're all very happy. You're very pleased with the state of the world. Nothing to worry about, right? Nothing to worry about. You know, I'm surprised this is America. But like this is. There's not many potholes in the road, and it actually looks like a pretty well-constructed road. So I'm kind of confused about why this is America. Or if this is an alternate timeline. It looks like the Sahel? Really, Outer Signal? Oh, it's in North Carolina? Oh, you know what? We can. Oh, it does kind of look like North Carolina. I'm just going to see, where are we in North Carolina? Let's see here. Oh, this is great, folks. Don't worry. Okay, Outer Signal. I was about to say, I'm like, not that deserty there, Outer Signal. Okay. This is what I get for not paying attention. Okay. How was your trip, Outer Signal, by the way? Centara Volan's Family Medicine. Well, Lieutenant, that doesn't help me much. Oh, there's a lot of cops down here. Oh, it is the South. So. This is nice, guys. This is nice. Don't think about AI anymore, folks. Nothing to worry about. Alles gut. Das ist gut, Auto Signal. All right. Okay, you know what? We'll try. We'll just try. I don't know. North Carolina's not that big of a state. All right, everyone. Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. SoCal, stop thinking dark thoughts. Think happy thoughts. You too, Dolly boy. I can hear you thinking through the screen. Okay? I can hear all of you thinking. Mithril, stop thinking bad thoughts. All right? Elliot, I know what you're doing. Now, am I saying these things because I do know that, or am I trying to project myself thinking negative thoughts? No, I mean, no. Clearly, it's you. It's you thinking bad thoughts, not me. Okay, Department of Transportation. Stop. This, okay. You think Virginia? Oh, look. Well, this could be Virginia. You know what? Okay, fine. The United States is not terribly large. We'll try Virginia. That's outside of Danville, Virginia? Okay, Virginia. I'll do Virginia. Just because you put it in all caps, so it must be true. Danville, Virginia. Is Alyssa still here? Are you still here, Alyssa? Still Alyssa, southern border? Danville. God. What a name, Danville. So many cities in the South named by first names. Gasburg, Clarksville. You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna put it right in the middle of Southern Virginia. I don't give a shit. Guess. Hello, Alyssa. How are you doing, Alyssa? I feel like I haven't talked to you for a while, Alyssa. Only 38 kilometers out. That wasn't bad. Next. Oh, Jonas. That sounds lovely. Jonas. That is. We can only dream, Jonas. I won't say it out loud, but we can only dream. All right. sometimes SoCal. Let's not go crazy SoCal. Okay, sometimes. All right. Okay. This is a dirt road somewhere. Oh. Okay. AB. Use lower gear. Weird. AB. Where would AB be, guys? Where would AB be? Albania? You think Albania? It's in English, though. The signs are in English, unless... What's BAMI? Alabama. Oh, I don't know. BAMI? What do you mean BAMI? Alberta? Oh, it could be Alberta. That would make sense. You know what? Foresty. Let's try Alberta. Alberta. You think Australia, Mithra? Ooh, okay. You know what? Let's try Alberta. Saskatchewan, Alberta. We're going to go southern Alberta. Well, maybe northern Alberta. You know what? We'll just put it in the goddamn middle of Alberta. By the way, for any Canadians in chat, can you make your governmental allocations a bit smaller so that I don't get it wrong? Okay, can we just make sure to do that? Like make your provinces a bit smaller. Alyssa, it's my Christmas break. Naturally, my kids are both sick and won't stop tormenting each other. Oh my God. As a twin, Alyssa, I know we definitely would torment each other all the time. I get that. So we'll say Alberta, yes. Yes, it was Alberta, 281 kilometers out. Who said that? Who said Alberta originally? Which of you nerds said Alberta? Who was it? Was it Alberta? Who said Alberta? I can't remember. Okay, we'll move on. Was it you, SoCal, again? Okay, let's see here. Oh, he has a Lakers uniform, but that could be anywhere. Oplencita. Dolly boy, Doug, thank you very much, Doug. Doug has been mysterious recently. I know I keep calling out Doug, but I think Doug has been busy. Probably because Doug has been, well, that's easy. This is easy. It says the Philippines right on this sign. I'm about to start making a comically large amount of fried rice because I was asked to. Send some to me, Weirdomorphous Blob. You appear to be the rice maker. You appear to be the rice maker wherever you are. So it says Batangas Police Provincial Province, Malvar Municipal Police Station, Malar. But okay, I'll see. And there's a cute little Santa with reindeer above it. You knew it? Yes, you did, Jonas. You got it right. Okay. Of course, oh, wait, let's find that. Let's go here to possibly Jonas. Okay. Let's go here to, but what is it? Batangas? I don't know where this is though. Batangas. Malvar Municipal. God, this is... I wish I knew which island it was. You know what? I'm going to go crazy. I'm just going to put it down here. Guess. What? Okay, we were right, but I don't know why. Do you notice? So it was in the Philippines. It just, for some reason, the line is going all the way across the map. So we were on the wrong island, though. It was the island at the top. Ow, my head. All right. God. All right, we'll continue, shall we? Next. All right. Burgulgo. This is either Russia or Ukraine. Maybe. This... Belorekor. I don't know. I can't speak that language. Okay, so... I need to find this. We keep getting in the middle of nowhere. Here's Alvin. We need Alvin here. Jesus, really, Alyssa? Well, that was weird because today it's like kind of springy today, and then yesterday it was colder. Alyssa, if I were to come visit you in Missouri sometime, would you let me? If I just like showed up at your house, I don't know where you live, but if I just like showed up at your house and was like, Alyssa, hi, would you like lock the door? Would you be creeped out? Is it creepy that I'm asking? I don't know, but I actually would like to visit Missouri at some point. I've been to Missouri. I didn't stay very long. I know that you live in a rural area, so there's probably not much to see, but I'm okay with that. I like experiencing new and different places. Statistically, you'll probably Mithril. Yeah, I'll probably be blocked at this point. I probably talk too much about Israel and Palestine to be allowed into the UK. That's fair. That's fair. I know. I just keep trying to reassure. You're right, Outer Signal. I have places to stay. By the way, if I ever go to Nigeria, Outer Signal. Okay. Anyway, I would love to. By the way, must see if you come up this way. Look it up. Okay. Elliot, forgive me, Elliot Waffles. Yesterday, if I said today, I was wrong. I mixed it up. Today is cold. Yesterday was like in the 60s. It wasn't that bad yesterday. Okay. I might be exaggerating a little bit. All right. So, guys, I don't know where the hell we are. Oh, yes, let's do it. Alyssa, I would gladly go to a town meeting with you and cause a scene. I could even like vomit and stuff just to make it more believable, like get really worked up and puke all over the place, like whatever it takes to cause a scene. Please, Outer Signal, please, right? Please. I already got an email from someone from Nigeria, and they said I already got a royal title after I gave them my bank account number, Outer Signal, so I don't think I need another one. Okay, so we'll say Russia. I don't know. It's probably, it is Russia. God, what is this? Is this Putin's game? We're always in Russia. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm exaggerating a bit. Let's go here. Where are we now? This looks like, God, it's either the imperialist powers. Is it the, okay. Outer Signal. Okay. This is your cousin in space. I need funds to help bring him back. Okay. Oh, that's funny. So this is, I don't know. This is America. So we only ever end up in the two imperial powers, America or Russia. Okay, good. This is pretty though. I don't know where this is in America, but so St. Patrick, Providence. Providence, Rhode Island. Really? Wait a minute. It can't be. Does Providence have massive? Providence doesn't have huge mountains and shit. Oh, Providence probably like religious. Cold War geoguesser, right? Yeah, you're right, SoCal. God damn it. Can we just would someone... Wow. Oh, really? It's SoCal? So you think it might be Denver or California? Look at that, guys. You got to admit, that is pretty as hell. Look at that. Beautiful. Jesus, I would love to live where there's mountains. But I'm in Ohio, so there's not mountains and there's not flat plains. It's just kind of a bumpy... You don't really have any of either. What's this? To say... I don't know. Just ask Levi. Oh, guys. Ooh, they knew exactly where I wanted to end up. Do you see where we are right here? We're right in front of a dispensary. Please. Jesus, God, if I were there right now, I'd be giving them some business. Yeah, there we go. We need some top shelf botanicals. Oof, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Give me some freaking marijuana. Okay, anyway, so okay, fine. We'll do, someone said Denver. So the license plates are always shaded out there, SoCal. I don't think we'll find down here. I know I'm like by the mountains. Montana is possible, but only from the top shelf. Exactly, only from the top shelf, of course. We don't want any of that generic marijuana. Just kidding. Imagine nations. You know what? You're right. I think it is Montana. Look, there's like a bison, which, by the way, is quite delicious. Is that Karl Marx? No, it's not. Never mind. I was really wrong about that. That is not an image of Karl Marx. Far Cry. Yeah, maybe this is like, I don't know. It's two mount. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's Idaho. That can't be Idaho. Come on, I just want to make sure I get this right. Aspen. It is Colorado. Okay, you know what? We'll do Colorado. Whoever said Colorado, forgive me for ignoring you. Colorado, begin. It was not Colorado. It was not Colorado. Who? Okay. Who should I blame? Who should I blame? Who needs to be blamed? Who needs to be blamed? Who originally said that it was not Montana? Who was it that was like, no, it can't be Montana? Who did that? Just know that I will play back this episode. I will play back this episode. I will find who said it, and I will banish them for all time. Was it you, Elliot? Did you say it wasn't Montana? Because it's goddamn Montana. Okay, it's Montana. And I am enraged. I don't know. I feel like it could have been someone else's fault, too. I think it could have been someone else's fault, too. I'm looking at Weird Amorphous Blob. It's definitely Weird Amorphous Blob. Okay, anyway. We're trying to stay calm. Waffles, I know, I'm being an asshole. Waffles. Trying to stay calm. It was Montana. We were off by over 1,000 kilometers. Okay. Dolly boy, don't you know you're always the fall guy? All right. Okay, next one here. AB. Is this Alberta again? If this is Alberta again, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm just going to put... It was Alberta again. Okay, well, that was easy. Jesus Christ, we only got Canada, the United States, the double non-existence being Scottish, and... Come on, Dolly boy. You're only bi people don't exist. Scotland exists. I mean, you know, maybe it should be part of the UK, but I'm just saying, I know I'm being an asshole, Dolly boy. Don't hate me. You know, I love you. Bi people absolutely exist. I'm just jealous of them. So I refuse to acknowledge their existence. I know, Dolly boy. And I just refuse to. I just am jealous of them because, you know, they get the whole buffet. You know, I just get the salad bar. So, okay. Let's see here. By the way, has anyone here not been to a buffet before? Is that an American thing? Do other countries have buffets? This might be a stupid question. Are buffets a big thing in other countries? It sounds like it would be an American thing. Okay, what? It's a joke, guys. I know that Scotland is part of the UK. It was a joke because Dolly Boy doesn't want Scotland to be part of the UK. A fact I do not blame him for at all. So I was simply trying to piss off Dolly Boy by indicating that I feel that Scotland should be owned by the UK. All right, and then that's also why I insulted Dolly Boy by saying that bi people don't exist because I'm a cruel son of a. You get it, okay? Dolly Boy understood that. All right? Okay, you know what? Let's see this sign here. My dad always wants me to go to one for breakfast. Yeah, I know. I'm not a big fan of buffets. Cardonia Florencia Sanchez. Oh, my. Okay, is this Mexico? Let's try Mexico. I could be wrong. I'm not really in the mood. Okay. I agree. The Brits should all own the UK. All right. Okay. So, Doug, not part of the European Union anymore, I should say. All right, let's try. I'm just going to try Mexico. I was wrong. It was Uruguay. I'm not really in the mood to try too hard, folks. So I got it completely wrong. I could have looked longer, but these are taking forever. So we'll go to the next one now, and then we'll do some food ones. Why not? Right? Everyone having a good time. I know. I didn't, we did some, yeah, you were closer, right? I got dragged out of that thanks to our southern neighbors. Yeah, you did, Dolly Boy. Despite, as I recall, wasn't a majority of the vote in Scotland for staying in the EU and not doing Brexit? Yeah, not really, Alyssa. My heart's not really in it, but I'll figure it out. Okay. Yep, I thought so, Dolly Boy. Sounds kind of like the Scottish people don't have much sovereignty, which is kind of depressing. Okay. Let's go. You think so? Victoria, do you? Okay. I will buy that. Probably inland because there's ranches and shit. So, you think Uruguay, Tarbin? You know what? Let's try Brazil. Because again, I'm just kind of going fast through these ones. All right. Brazil. Jesus. Yeah, Dolly boy, that's crazy. All right. It was Brazil, even though it went all across. We actually weren't that. What? What? I'm confused. So it was Brazil. Okay, yeah, we were right. It was Brazil. Let's put it that way. It was Brazil. All right. So we got it right. Let's go to the food one, folks. My heart's not really in the map today. I also got to tell you, my tooth is killing me for some reason. So my tooth is killing me. So that's also distracting me. So let's do the food thing. Food, I should say my capped tooth. That isn't really a tooth, but apparently they didn't remove all the nerves in it. So let's do this. Food guesser. So Cal, honestly, at this point, I wouldn't mind. Food guesser. All right, let's go to food guesser. Everyone ready? I'm going to need your help on this. Let's do a quick play. Oh my God. This is America, I believe. This is a lobster roll. Lobster rolls are delicious and is an example of cuisine that is actually good from America. Is Meowsword here? Is Meowsword here? I think Meowsword would agree with me. This is a good example of good American cuisine, in my opinion. So lobster rolls are lobster meat, mayonnaise, because we have to have that. Lemon juice, celery, lettuce, hot dog bun, sliced green onions, and butter. It's actually very good. And it's not, and it basically has lobster. It's very good. If you go to, for example, if you go to the Boston, there you go. Very rare American win, outer signal. Very rare. If you go to Massachusetts, now watch. I'm going to guess America, and it's going to say that it's not American. And I'll be embarrassed. But this very common on the East Coast. As a matter of fact, even Subways on the East Coast have lobster rolls for sale. Yeah, clam chowder is really good too. That's another one from the East Coast. Yeah, the Boston. Sometimes, Dolly Boy, when I say Boston, I kind of pronounce it like a Bostonian because I live there. So I say Boston, Boston, as opposed to Boston, Boston. Yeah, okay. All right, U.S. Yep, it was. Yay. The Mick Lobster. Wait a minute. No, guys, no. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Why did they ruin it? Why did they ruin it? Yeah, I should say it's in SoCal. SoCal. It is in Boston that they do that. Oh, I know you weren't making fun of me. Why did they do this? They chose the McDonald's version. Oh my God, they do hate Americans. They chose the McDonald's version of a lobster roll. Guys, that is not the original lobster roll. A lobster roll is a lobster roll. McDonald's, of course, copied it and made it into a god-awful abomination, but that is not a real lobster roll. Why did they choose the McLobster? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show. I'm defending my people here. Okay, let me show you a real lobster roll. Lobster roll. Oh my God, I'm so offended. How dare they? Okay, lobster roll. No, I spelled it wrong. Why? Guys, look at this. Oh my God, that is a beautiful looking. Look at that. Look at that lobster. That is a beautiful looking lobster roll. That is not a McLobster or whatever the hell they want to call it. Whatever god awful abomination they see it. Look at that. That look at that. That's so beautiful. It's not a goddamn lobster roll. Okay. Anyway, all right. I'm depressed now. Let's move on. Next round. Yeah, it's not even from a franchise. Oh my God. All right. What's this? This is cabbage, turnip, carrot, salt meat, mashed turnip, dressing, and potatoes. You think Irish? It could be. Actually, it could be Irish. Salt meat kind of makes me think Irish. But what's with all the turnips? Where You think Irish? Okay, let's try Ireland. We've got 2 people that said Ireland. I'm just so upset that they chose the Mick lobster. All right, nope, we're cold. It's cold. Cold. Damn it. But it's to the northwest of Ireland. Is it Iceland? No. Is it Canada? Yeah, it's Canada. Jig's dinner. Ugh. Well, maybe we should invade. Okay. Jig's dinner. I'm joking, Sir Bartholomew. Please don't kill me. I hope you know I'm joking. I respect your country's sovereignty, even though my president doesn't. All right. So Jig's dinner. Yeah, definitely brought over from Scotland. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, you're right. You guys are right. It says British and Irish settlers. Okay. It dates back to the early 18th century. Why would you eat something that is okay? That's okay. I love it. Respect everyone else's cultures out there. No, look at that. The majority, 57% of people said they would not eat this. Okay, well, all right. Next, tapioca flour, eggs, coconut milk, sugar, margarine, pandan, leaves, vanilla extract, food coloring. Tapioca flour, eggs. Okay. Do we know? I know you're right, Jonas. It's actually true. We do eat stuff that make our children gay. We have, like the frogs and stuff. I'm just kidding. But yes, we do eat a bunch of crap. That is for sure. You think Colombia or Venezuela, Victoria? I actually kind of agree with you. Let's try Colombia. It's true. Colombia. Oh, ice cold. You know what? It's probably, I'm going to guess, let's try Vietnam. I don't think they have tapioca there. Yeah, I think Malaysia. Okay, let's do Malaysia. Is it? I don't know, guys. I believe you, Outer Signal. I believe you, Mithril, Malaysia. Okay, Mithril, thank you so much. Mithril knows better than all of you. No one ever doubt the brilliance of Mithril. Also, it's the hardest metal. It's very good for stopping orcs blades. Okay, so just be aware of that. Very lightweight and strong metal. Very good for stopping orcs blades and urukai blades and the swing of a balrog's whip or blade. All right, and dragon teeth. Thank you. That's delicious. Okay, moving on. Okay. I was too busy talking about the last one, a radioactive shrimp to Angela. I know, Dolly Boy, you are so busy being vengeful against me and trying to get back at me for my accurate statements that you decided that you failed all of us. Okay, I want you to know that. I want everyone to remember that Dolly Boy failed all of us. Okay, this is pork, bacon, garlic, margarine, black. This is so Polish. This is so Polish. Polish. It is not. Maybe it is. It could be Hungary. It could be Austria. Let's try Austria. Borders Austria. Okay, let's try Hungary. God damn it. Croatia. God damn it. What am I missing? You know what? Maybe, you know what? I think it is Germany. Guys, I think it is Germany. I don't know why I didn't put Germany in. Yeah. God, I'm an idiot. I should have known it was Germany. Okay. Jesus Christ. Everyone. I hit everywhere around Germany except for Germany. Okay. God. All right. Jesus. All right. I guess it's whatever. So that is Carniolan sausage. No, wait, it says Slovenian. It's not German, it's Slovenian. I'm confused. Oh no, guys. Did we get it wrong completely? Yeah, we got it completely wrong. This is the guys. No, I was wrong. This is the first one we've gotten wrong completely. It was Slovenia. It was Slovenia, not Germany. I thought that I got it right, but it actually says it's Slovenia. This is so disappointing. I blame all of you. I think all of you should be ashamed of yourselves for this mistake. Why did no one say Slovenia? What is wrong with? Okay, you know what? Learn your geography, people. Learn your geography. What is this? Let's go to the next one. Chipolatas and bacon. Chipolatas, you should be Dolly Boy, okay? We think this is the UK. Melania, I tried to forget Slovenia exists. I don't blame you, SoCal. Okay. Well, this looks delicious. I gotta say, this looks really good, though. It might be America brain for saying that. Bacon. You think, okay, pigs and blankets is the UK? Okay, let's do UK. Yep. Pigs and blankets. Those look really good to me. Popular dish in Ireland, associated with Christmas dinners and festive meals. Aw, sausages, usually chipolatas wrapped in bacon. This is a staple of the British and Irish holiday traditions. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute. Oh, I love that. That's cute. All right, final score. We still got gastronomical genius, though. Okay, we're going to play again. Gotcha, Jonas. Gotcha. Yeah, sausage wrapped in bacon. Hilarious name for it, too. I love it. Okay. Matt Saigai, how dare you, Matt Saigai, be culturally insensitive? Tomatoes, lamb or mutton, onions, potatoes, garlic, salt, pepper, and bay leaves. Ooh. It literally looks like a dick. Oh, you mean the last one? I don't know how many. Well, anyway. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's so wrong with it looking like a dick? Well, yeah, it adds to the experience, right? You know, the texture. Okay, sorry, I'm being gross. Okay, so what do we think for this one, guys? What do we think with this one? Now that we're talking about phalluses in chat, I should look up Peter Peppers. Okay, okay, fine, real fast, Doug. I'll look up Peter Peppers. Peter Peppers. You're not joking, Doug. Oh my God, that is absolutely okay. I'm sorry, that's funny. All right, moving on. Well, anyway, I was gonna make a joke. I probably should wait till the after. Okay, never. I won't make the joke. Moving on. Okay. So going back to this, where do we think this is from? Where do we think this is from? I was gonna make a joke about an ex of mine. Anyway, so where is this from? Do we know where this is from? Can we guess? Is this like? This looks like it could be exactly outer signal. Is this? Do we think that this is like, I don't know, Hungary or something? Wonder whether they feel good coming in as they are coming. Okay. Yes, Cheese Soup. I'm sorry. The stream is close to being over, but we'll always love to have you here, Cheese Soup. As always. Do we think this might be from Hungary or something? I don't know. What do we think? Okay, let's do. Someone here said Tunisia or Morocco. Really? Spain? Okay, Spain. We'll do Spain. Ooh, ice cold. You're very, very wrong, Toya, Toya, Toya. Very wrong. Bad, Toya, Toya, Toya. How dare you disrespect this channel with your wrongness? Okay. Egypt, really? Okay, it says, oh, sorry, it says southeast of Spain. So someone said Tunisia. That I don't think, because it says ice cold. I don't think it'll be Tunisia, but I'll try. Just because that would be close. Yeah, cold. So Egypt? It still says cold, though. It says southeast of Tunisia. Southeast of Tunisia. Kenya? We could try Kenya. I don't really know much about Kenyan cuisine. Ooh, we're getting warmer. It's south. You know, this might actually be an African dish. It's southwest of Kenya. Do we think South Africa? Let's try South Africa. Is this like the first or second African dish we've had on here? Hey, it was South Africa. Okay. Tomatoes, lamb or mutton, onions, potatoes, garlic, salt, pepper, bay leaves. Oh, tomato bready is a traditional South African stew made with tomatoes, lamb, and various vegetables such as onions, carrots, and potatoes. It's believed to have originated in the Cape Malay community in the Western Cape province of South Africa. Oh, very nice. Cute. Yay. All right. Glutinous rice, mung beans, pork, salt, black pepper, banana leaves, onions, and fish sauce. Now, there are chopsticks in this image. we think China? Who said, by the way, South Africa? Was it Louise? Thank you, Louise, for being brilliant. Oh, Louise, the genius, who we cannot live without. Without us, we are incomplete. Without Louise, we are incomplete. Thank you, Louise. And how dare the rest of you for failing so miserably. I am disappointed in all of you. Your cult leader is angry. You think Vietnam, Dolly Boy? Okay. Okay. Um, we can try Vietnam. I'm going to try China first. Forgive me. I'm going to try China first. Someone did something. Someone called woke gay Marxist just became a follower. And woke gay Marxist, if you're still listening, love your name. Love it. Love your name. Okay. Yeah, we need more gay Marxists out there. I love it. Okay, welcome, woke gay Marxist, to the woke gay Marxist stream, I guess. Okay. All right. Not that everyone in here is gay. I mean, there are a few who I suspect, but I'm just saying. All right. Okay. China. My lunch is violently Midwest. Border. You know what? I think it is Vietnam. I think I should have listened to Dolly Boy. God damn it. This is what I get for not listening to Dolly Boy. Okay, Dolly Boy was right. It's Vietnam. I'll admit it. He was right about like one thing. One thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, woke gay Marxist. I just love your name, woke gay Marxist. Would you say we don't accept lefties here? Sling ya a hook, a woke gay Marxist. Okay. All right, Bon Chung. All right, we'll just say that's yes. Okay. Yeah, you did get it right, Dolly Boy. I don't know what happened. I guess goddamn stars were aligned or something, huh? All right. Just kidding. Mac and cheese frozen entree with ranch flavored tuna packet and topped with French fried onions. Oh my God, Alyssa. That sounds horrific. I'm not trying to be mean, Alyssa, but that does sound pretty horrific. It does sound pretty Midwestern. Exactly. God bless America. Okay, it makes me want to sing patriotic songs. Dolly Boy, broken clocks twice a day, I suppose. That's true. Dolly Boy, I'm such an asshole. Okay. All right. So this is yellow split peas, water, onion, pinch of nutmeg, pinch of pepper, pinch of salt, butter, bacon, or ham bone. Butter, bacon, or ham. Love tuna is my mac and cheese, usually with peas, but I got you, Alyssa. I get it. This dish involves boiling yellow split peas with a ham hock or bake. This also looks pretty awful. This sounds bad, but is this the UK? I shouldn't have said that this looks awful before I said that this might be the UK. Dude, are a lot of beans eaten in the UK? Yellow split peas? I don't know what? I don't know who consumes yellow split peas. Anyone know? Anyone have a guess here? You know what? I'm going to try the UK. I don't know if you guys eat peas. I know you eat mushy peas, but those are peas. Okay. It's the US. But this isn't peas. I mean, this isn't mac and cheese. This is just yellow split peas with ham. Ooh, okay. You know what? I'll try the UK first since no one is helping me. Oh, who would have thought? I was right. It was the UK. It's called peas pudding. Peas pudding. Beans are good, Alyssa. I really like beans. It is. I know, Jonas. I know you're disappointed because you failed miserably, Jonas. You failed miserably in your anti-Americanism. You're racist against Americans, Jonas, but you lost. Okay, it's your own country, Jonas. It's your own country's dish. All right. Anyway, whatever, Jonas. Whatever. Just kidding. You know I love you, Jonas. Okay. Dolly Boy. I was gonna say. It looked slightly UK. All right, please. Yeah. I was juicing up grandson. No problem, guy. Okay. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot 9 days old. Yes. Answer for your people, UKers. All right. No, I'm kidding. Because then if we did that, then I would have to answer for Americans. I don't think I could. I don't think I could. I don't think I could answer for Americans for most things. All right. Look at this. This is flour. semolina, sugar, butter, eggs, milk, salt, vanilla, cinnamon, and nuts. It looks Turkish almost, doesn't it? Holy boy. They did do something with the Yorkshire pudding things. Though. Does this look Turkish? India, Matt Saigai? Okay. I'll go with India, Matt Saigai. If you're wrong, Matt Saigai. If you're wrong, Matt Saigai. I don't know what you're wrong, Matt Saigai. Flat out wrong. Flat out wrong, Matt Saigai. Would someone else like to contribute now? Because it says here that it is northeast of India. Northeast of India. I agree. They look like a species of slug, don't they? Do you think Turkey? Matt Saigai, I have the power to deny that comment, but you know how merciful and beneficent I am, Matt Saigai. So I will gladly allow it through, just so people can see how ashamed you are and how it's making you lash out crazily. All right, there you go. I'll let it through. Okay, there you go, Matt Saigai. Everyone look at the temper tantrum Matt Saigai's having. Sorry, Matt Saigai, I feel like an asshole. The ingredients here are flour, semolina, sugar, butter, eggs, milk, salt, vanilla extract, cinnamon, and nuts. You think Korea? It could be Korea. Let's try South Korea. Wait, what comment did you send, Louise? I would gladly let it through, Louise. If I didn't. That's weird. I didn't see it. Okay. Okay, let's try, what did we say? Korea, South Korea. South Korea. Okay, it's southwest of South Korea, and we're warm. I think China is too close. Okay. I do hate free speech, Matt Saigai. I hate free speech. It's horrific. Don't like it. Mainly just for you, though, Matt Saigai. I like everyone else's free speech, just not yours, Matt Saigai. Okay, I am, okay. Okay, the only vegetable-related nursery song I know is cauliflower's fluffy and cabbage's green strawberries. Okay, is Thailand? You know what? No, Dolly Boy, let's try Thailand. I suspect it isn't China because it's not close enough to be China. Thailand. Northeast of Thailand. Is this Vietnam again? Nope. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try Philippines. God, I'm just not doing well this time. My patience is gone. I am a bully. Hello, Mayflower Kid. Welcome back. Let's try the Philippines. It was the Philippines. Yay. Belacoy. Belacoy. It's a traditional Filipino pastry originating from Bulacan, a province in the Philippines, is widely recognized for its unique texture and taste. The main ingredients are, okay, what we just mentioned. Interesting. Okay, cool. Next round here. Milk, is this you? Are you still here? A cheese soup? Because this looks like you. Is this just a picture of cheese soup? Is this just a picture of cheese soup? Milk, sugar, cardamom powder, saffron stands, chopped nuts, rose wine. This actually might be India. I was ignoring Matt Saigai, but I will say Matt Saigai. Okay, I'll say India. India. Yes, it is India. Okay, that was basundi. Traditional Indian dessert associated with Western Indian states like Maharashtra and Gujarat. It is made by boiling milk on low heat until it thickens. Okay, that looks delicious. Oh my God, that looks amazing. I want some. The redemption of Matt Saigai. Let's not go crazy, Outer Signal. Okay, let's not go crazy. Okay, redemption is a bit much. Okay, is a bit much. What, Matt Saigai? Sorry, I can't. What? Oh God, your message disappeared. I didn't get to read it. Okay. This is okay. We got super foodie. Okay, guys, last round, and then I am done because my tooth is killing me. Last round, play again, and I did go for 30 extra minutes as I promised. Powder, I'm enjoying this though, so it's not like I'm excited to leave. But oh my God, is this American? Oh my God, this is American. This is an American. This is so American. Okay. I'm embarrassed. Do we get an after dark or no? No, Dolly Boy, not today because well, my tooth hurts. Maybe I'll see if later. I think I originally said I would stream for an extra 30 minutes if we got to 10. We did get to 10. But yeah, I'll see. Oh, Matt Saigai. Crossing a line, Matt Saigai. Crossing a line. Oh, Matt Saigai. Matt Saigai says, I hope your teeth have cavities and decay and cause immense pain, and you don't get a dentist appointment for the next 5 months. Matt Saigai, that's called a year in America. That's a daily occurrence. That's like me telling you, Matt Saigai, that, I don't know, I hope, I don't know. I hope you get arrested for speaking out against what's happening in Palestine, because that's like an everyday thing over in the UK. So it's like, yeah, the sky is blue, the grass is green. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I couldn't think of something else. Okay. I've been released. I am sorry, woke gay Marxist, and I'm smoke gay Marxist. I'm very happy to have you here, and I was very much looking forward to you getting out of chat jail. You have to understand, woke gay Marxist, as you can assume from the fact of who I am, that we get some lunatics in here. So forgive me for withholding your entrance until a few moments. But welcome, woke gay Marxist. I hope you're actually a woke gay Marxist. All right. So what do we think this is? This is clearly French onion dip, which is, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to put in, for the sake of anyone who's new, mainly because woke gay Marxist reminded me of this, I'm going to put our server invite into the chat so that, all right, link. Oh, I'm going to just put our, if you guys want to join our Discord, I highly recommend it. It is a great community, and I would like more people in there. Copy. Boop. Here you guys go. Yay, woke gay Marxist. I'm very happy to hear that. I love woke gay Marxists as a gay Marxist myself. All right, here you go. All right, guys, please join. Yes, evil resident, I just got here, and given the time was going to be all shadowy and quiet. But for fuck's sake, Max, that's just not cool. Tooth pain is like no other pain. There you go, evil resident. Thank you. Yes, everyone demonized Matt Saigai for his rude joke. Mainly because I can't think of a good response. So I'm humiliated that he said it, and I can't think of something just as mean to say back to him. The meat dish that begins the letter F and rims with Mac. Is that so, Louise? There is a dish that's called that? Mayflower Kid? You're a traitor, Mayflower Kid. Okay. Matt Saigai, you are a monster. You are a monster, Matt Saigai. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. I'm done arguing with all of you. It's beneath me. It's beneath me to argue with you peons out there, okay? And who was it? Louise, my mother-in-law used to serve peas pudding with a meat dish that begins with the letter F. Oh my God, really? Louise, that's funny. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a dish like that. Dolly Boy, you know what you did, Dolly Boy. Okay, let's move on. So what do we think this is? I think you're right, Louise. I should rise above it. You're right, Louise. Okay. This, I believe, is French onion soup, French onion dip, which I'm pretty sure is American. You can tell that it's American. Okay. Yeah, right, Alyssa. It's kind of funny when Matt Saigai has positive things. He thinks positive things will come out of our dental system. Okay. Um, okay. Hey now, CR, chill as the jester. You're supposed to be. I know, evil. It's a joke, evil to resident. I hope you know that. Okay. I'm always insulting everyone in here. Okay. And then I hope you all insult me back. It wouldn't be funny if you didn't insult me back. Okay. Powdered onion soup. I think this is America. Powdered onion soup. Yes, Alyssa. Ruffles with the ridges. That's what you need to. All right. So this is America. We're not going to talk about it because I know you're all going to embarrass me by criticizing the United States cuisine. Oh my God. I was wrong, Alyssa. We were wrong. It's not the United States. Okay, it says it's to the southwest of the United States. What country is French onion dip from? Wait, you need reduced cream? You think it's French, really? Well, actually, it might be French if it's French onion cream. You know what? I'm going to try Australia. No. What? Southeast from Australia? Okay, maybe it is France. Nope. Jesus Christ. Oh, guys, I have no idea where this is. I have no idea where this is. Maybe it's New Zealand. It's called kiwi onion dip. That'd be kind of cool. I really want to go to New Zealand. You guys think New Zealand? But it said cold when I put in Australia. Oh my God, it is New Zealand. Oh my God, you weren't joking. Dolly Boy, you have been right today twice. I don't know what's happening there. Everyone be careful. Dolly Boy appears to be becoming self-aware. He's okay. Anyway, like a computer gaining sentience. Okay, I'm such an asshole. I'm sorry, Dolly Boy. I feel like an asshole. My tooth is hurting. Okay. Matt Saigai, 1,000 for Lord from New Zealand is always right. That of course, woke gay Marxist. I am so glad you're here. Do you have any idea how happy it makes me that you said that Lord is always right? Okay. All right. Yes. Continue. Next round. Cry me a river, Mayflower Kid. Cry me a river. Okay, what's this? This is champagne pea soup. This is probably French. This is champagne pea soup, chicken. I'm sorry, chicken stock, cream, salt, pepper. This looks so French, doesn't it? This looks so French. Okay. Of course, Victoria. Don't you know? Don't you love America, Victoria? I'm sure you want to move here, don't you? Okay. Me becoming self-aware. Ooh. Okay, that's perfect. All right. So I think this is probably French. It just looks French to me. Is it, guys? Am I wrong? For all the UK people out there who I know, probably love the French. Does this look French to you? It kind of looks French. We'll say France. It's France. Oh my God. They are so stereotypical, guys. They are so stereotypical. Oh my God. You could tell it was French. They even said in like the description that it's luxurious. I'm like, that is the Frenchest ass thing to say about a dish. To say that it's a luxurious dish. So French. So goddamn French. Okay. Thank you, Jonas. There you go. All right. By the way, nothing wrong with the French. Nothing wrong with the French, but you can just tell they are a caricature of themselves sometimes. Okay. Yeah. One of the ingredients was, I know, Jonas, one of the ingredients was absolutely champagne. But okay. The French, nay. Okay, Marxist, again, you're touching my heart here. You're touching my heart. Yes, the French, nay, agreed. Okay. Okay, sorry. I'll stop targeting you, woke Marxist. But like in a positive way. I'll be mean to you. All right. This is lamb, beef, chicken, garlic on the test de français. I know. There's the ye old alliance there. I know, Dolly Boy. You think Iran? Yeah, that is a very so lamb, beef, chicken, garlic. Uh, okay, garlic, onions, bell peppers, tomatoes, olive oil, lemon juice, salt, black pepper, paprika, cumin, yogurt, parsley, cayenne pepper, sumac, and skewers. You think Turkey? Iran? Mayflower Kid. Well, I hate you, Mayflower Kid. You may hate this game, but yeah, I'm just joking. I feel so bad now. Yeah, right. Well, gay Marxist. Yeah, anyway, that was my thought. So let's try Turkey, and then we'll try Iran. I think Turkey sounds more right. Yep, it is Turkey. Okay, though I guess it could be Iran. It could be any of these. Shish kebab. This is literally just shish kebab. Yeah, but you're right. It was also Iran. It could be any of these countries up here. All right, next one. This is rigatoni, and this is absolutely Italian. I did feel bad. I feel bad very quickly after insulting everyone. Okay, all right, I know I'm weak. All right, this is how the fuck is Israel in that? Because Jonas, I don't want to be an asshole. I was gonna make an asshole joke about how everything is Israeli that comes from the Middle East. Anyway, how dare they claim kebab? Exactly. They claim everything, right? Don't they also claim hummus and there's a lot of things they claim. Okay, so anyway, I'm pretty sure, guys, that this is Italian. Nothing is sacred, Jonas. I'm pretty sure this is Italian, right? I mean, it's kind of gross that they have veal intestines in it, but I'm not judging. Okay, let's say Italy, right? We think this is Italy. It looks Italian. It's Italy, yep. Pagliata. All right, it's pagliata. Next round. This is cheese, it looks like. It's salt milk, salt Rene, lactic acid, bacterial culture. What? Okay, I need help. I need help with this. What the hell? This is cheese. Like, it's just cheese. Really, Jonas? You think it's Mongolia? But cheese comes from multiple places. Like, do we know? Like, it's just cheese. I thought it's just kebab. It is Turkish, Louise. They're all over the place. But the Israelis always claim Middle Eastern food as being theirs, or at least they claim non-Israeli Middle Eastern food as being theirs. You think Greece, feta, tofu? You know what? Let's try. I'll try Greece. I'm gonna go with Outer Signal. Outer Signal is the most rational, reasonable one here. We'll try Greece. You know what, guys? You know what? Alyssa was right too. Outer Signal is a genius. Absolute genius. If I ever get rich and famous, the first person I'm sending a massive amount of money to is Outer Signal. Okay. And I just want to be clear about that. You all have missed out. You've all missed out because only Outer Signal. I mean, maybe okay, I'll split it with Alyssa. You all missed out. And Matt Saigai, you're not getting a goddamn dime. Okay, I'm just telling you that. You're not getting a goddamn dime. I only take money from you, Matt Saigai. I would never give it back. Are you kidding me? All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. I'm such an ass. Okay, Jonas, I love it. You're still on that. You're still on that, Jonas. Okay, yes, good. You all should bow to both of them. Okay, all right. Champagne socialist. All right. Felt like vomiting right there. Sorry, Jonas. All right. Final score here is we got gastronomical genius, guys. We did very well today. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of all of your how you all functioned. Okay. Me too. I love feta cheese, Alyssa. Okay. I can't talk. I'm sorry. I'm all right. Moving on. So we're done with that, folks. I'm going to put my face up. How is everyone doing out there? How is everyone doing out there? Everyone doing well? I just want to make sure everyone is okay out there. Anything else happening in the news while I was doing this? My tooth is killing me. That's why I'm kind of pausing here. But I mean, then I'll be done here in a couple seconds. But how's everyone doing? Everyone good? Anything else anyone wants me to talk about? Okay, I know. Get well sooner. Take it. I will try my best. I'll try. The only problem out of Signal is that it's already been taken care of, but they didn't do it well enough. So now I have a cap on a painful tooth. You're still cooking weird amorphous blob. Excellent. My body's getting mad at me. Oh, I'm sorry. Mayflower Kid, why are you dying, Mayflower Kid? What's the deal with Iran at war with us? Did we bomb Iran or something again? I mean, we've basically been at war with them for a while because we just bombed them willy-nilly. But I mean, did they what? Oh, because they're trying to. Oh, yes, because Trump is meeting with Netanyahu today. They're going to do like a satanic ritual. Okay, so they meeting with Netanyahu today to discuss possibly another strike on Iran. One of the issues with here's the thing with Iran, Alyssa. The problem with Iran is that it threatens Israel's regional hegemony over the Middle East, and so the tail wags the dog, and so we do whatever Israel says. Basically, they want us to destroy Iran for them, so they try to come up with any excuse possible and we want to dominate the Middle East too. So they come up with any excuse possible to get us to bomb Iran for them. That's the basic story. That is the basic story. And Iran wants to get a nuclear weapon. Maybe. I don't know if it's true, but if they do, I don't blame them because both the United States and Israel have nuclear weapons. So in order to protect themselves from being bombed, which we keep doing, and from Israel from bombing them or assassinating their scientists, they're like, we should get nukes to protect ourselves. And then when they ever indicate that they might be doing that, the United States and its global empire freak out and are like, oh, Iran's going to get nukes. Oh my God. Okay, because they're afraid. Now, I would prefer if no one had nukes. Okay, they're claiming that Trump will strike again if they re-engage. Insane. You're rooting for hey, woke gay Marxist. I didn't say it, you did. Okay, so it is Iran's. Yeah, actually, folks, what do you think would happen if like Iran was like, hey, Israel should disarm too? Why don't we have a denuclearized Middle East? Now, I would prefer a denuclearized world, but what's the other country in the Middle East that has nukes? That would be Israel. And of course, they will never give them up. Never give them up. Okay, so all right. So anyway, Iran is largely a victim. Okay, we need to invade Israel, says woke gay Marxist. Who needs to invade Israel, woke gay Marxist? I'm curious. Why would you give up something you allegedly don't have? Right, Dolly Boy, that's the thing, right? According to Israel, they don't have nukes, which, okay, right. They don't have nukes. Okay. So, why do you say Iran? Iran? Oh, yeah. I don't, I got to tell you, the evil resident says, "Why do you say Iran properly? It's very disconcerting hearing an American pronounce it even remotely properly. Sorry, I have no deep insights other than maybe America and Trump shouldn't be involved." Well, I agree with you there. In my defense, the evil resident, I do occasionally pronounce it wrong. You guys have probably heard it. I will pronounce Iraq wrong, but some Iran. I sometimes will say Iran because I hear it a lot around here, so I try, but sometimes I just mess it up. But thank you, I do try. The USA, but obviously we won't. I'm just doing revolution in my head. Good call, woke gay Marxist. Okay, I mean legally it would be perfectly legal, woke gay Marxist, to do an intervention war in Israel, like, because they're committing a genocide. So, but I didn't say it. I'm just saying it would be perfectly reasonable. All right, Mithril. I was glad to see there was no one else in the car. Yeah, all I'm going to say is look at Zionists and you'll see people that are invested in portraying. But yeah, Jonas, everywhere you see that, everywhere, and it's so much everywhere that you see Muslims being viewed as evil and unhuman that it has become mainstream in a lot of places. Even if people aren't explicitly Zionist, it's sort of baked into sort of the general understanding of the world for a lot of people, and it's really gross. Um, okay. Makes not negotiating for peace easy when you make them look like an inherently. Yep, it does, Jonas. If you make them look like they're not humans, it becomes very easy to do stuff, which is part of the reason why they do it. Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, I need to go, I don't know, do something. So I'm gonna get off now. I'll be back on tomorrow. We might do an after dark stream tomorrow because I have the next day off. So we will set another goal tomorrow, and if we get enough, we'll do an after dark stream. I streamed for like 3 hours today. Thank you everyone who contributed. It's very helpful. I have not posted any video basically of new videos this week on YouTube, which is my fault. I need to do more videos, but okay. Jesus Christ, Alyssa, you're right. Okay. So anyway, you all know what I'm about to say. I think you all know what I'm about to say. Maybe break a leg, your tooth pain will ease up. Yeah, actually, not wrong there, Mazlag. Okay, I think it would distract me if I had a broken leg. Think you all know what I'm about to say? Everyone ready for this? Everyone ready? First of all, free Palestine. Second of all, never stop resisting. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves, and that includes when you watch me. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. See what other people are saying. Don't get caught in an information silo, because the easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. We're living in a fascist moment in this country and other countries around the world. The UK is having some issues with this too. Other places are as well. Please, India, elsewhere. Fascism thrives in an environment where people have lost faith in their democratic institutions, so they turn to more radical ends of the political spectrum, mainly fascism. And then if you want, you really should look for some left-wing reforms. We need major reforms in this country and elsewhere. If we don't get those reforms, the fascists will walk all over you. Please don't stand in the center. They love it when you stand in the center. Don't be a slug. Don't let the fascists walk all over you. On the wall behind me is a sword. The name of that sword is Chainbreaker. Chainbreaker has been passed down on my family for many years. It is thought to have been responsible for the death of 7 slave owners. Why do I have it back there? To remind everyone that our ancestors made some major sacrifices for some of the things we have today. A lot of the things we have today. Okay, and sometimes putting their lives on the line. We cannot let their sacrifice go to waste, folks. Please, please, please. Do not let their sacrifice go to waste. And always, always, always fight for a better future. And on that, folks, note, folks, you all have a lovely rest of your day, morning, evening, new night. Please join our Discord if you haven't already. I'm going to go take some meds for my tooth and maybe eat something. Love you all very much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.